So, to those of you
So
who
now
may...
you can hear me. Great. Fucking lovely.
So, to those of us who are watching, you may notice we have some brand spanking fancy new artworks. They were a wonderful commission by Art Delamar on Fiverr. It's spelled exactly how it sounds, ART, Delamar. She does amazing stuff. Be sure to check her out for all your D&D character commissioning needs. She's done some honestly truly spectacular work, and she's been very patient as I've juggled a bit communicating everyone's different needs with her, and she was able to still get everything done perfectly. And if I'm not mistaken, she is joining us in the chat this very evening.
Thank you.
If she is watching. I think so. She said she would check it out.
Hey.
She said, "Oh, I would love to check that out," when I sent her the message. And we have 7 viewers. We never have 7 viewers, so...
No, we got to 11 at one point.
Oh yeah, that's true. But still, this is above average for us. So yeah, Delma,
Hi, everyone.
if you are in fact watching, please do put a shout out in the Twitch comments, because we would love to know that you are in fact definitely there, so that we can give you heap the proper praise upon you. But without further ado, if everyone is ready to begin. Hello and welcome to DC30 and our Mythic Odyssey of Theros, D&D with an ancient Greek twist. I'm your Dungeon Master, Red Nova, and I'm joined by my lovely players Heaton, Teddy, Paige, and Morse. Your favorite Leonin is unfortunately feeling a bit ill and shan't be joining us this evening. However, when we left off, you guys had decided to take a few days off to wait for the Amaranthia festival, so that you could enjoy the celebrations. During that downtime, you were arrested for your actions during your mission protecting the Mythic Odysseys, with some help from those you befriended in his city. Sorry, you got lost my place. With some help from those you befriended in the city, you were able to drop the charges, save for the debt incurred from unjustly taking the additional money from the mapmaker. Calliope was ready to assume full responsibility and go to prison until the debt was repaid, but Daxos stepped in and paid your debts in exchange for agreeing to go on a mission for him. With that matter resolved, you guys walked free and were able to enjoy the festival. Skotinos actually participated in the ceremonies and attracted the attention of one muscly daughter of Nelia by the name of Galatea. She actually joined you guys along with a couple friends of hers in taking in the festivities laid out on the final day of the Amaranthia, and that is where we come to now. You guys have been enjoying the games, food, and whatnot of this festival for a few hours now. It's now coming around midday. In fact, actually, I will open up Foundry and re-enable the ambiance. That is more for Twitch people, however, you are entirely all welcome to take in that ambiance as well by hopping into Foundry. If you need the links again, please feel free to say so.
Yep, I'm in.
Excellent. But yeah, games are still going on. What would you guys like to do?
Last time we were here, we did what? I caught a pig. There was a tug of war and a haunted house, right?
You didn't just catch a pig. You caught a pig with a vengeance.
Yeah, I caught a pig I redeemed my pig enemies. God, what?
Ooh, wrong one. World Anvil.
So we did tug of war as well, and I believe Amalia threw some axes. So do you want us to roll some?
It's entirely up to you. If you wish to seek out specific things, you could sort of ask me what you see. I can list a few things. You can tell me you're looking for something specific, or if you want to, just go for full Wanderlust mode, you can also roll. This is very much your festival to enjoy as you like.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to roll if everyone else is.
Yeah,
No?
go for it.
I'll go.
Very
50.
well. 50. Aha! You walk along and you come across a older woman who is dressed in robes that you remember seeing similar sort of uniformal professor's robes at the Decatia.
Is
It's
she a
not.
fortune teller?
She is not a fortune teller, but as you approach her over her cauldron, she does mention to you that she is a alchemical specialist who she teaches. She's a potions teacher at the Decatia, and she is running a make your own potion stand, and she will help you make potions of your choice at half price.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. Yes. Water breathing potions.
Yeah, that's literally the first thing I thought of as well. Since where we're going, we might need them.
What
I
do
won't. You
potions of
guys
water
will.
breathing cost again?
A lot. Like 500, I think.
Yeah, they're in. What are they? They're uncommon, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't think they're in the thing, like what do you call it? But someone
I think
gave
they
me
might be called files of water breathing, if I remember correctly.
someone actually you guys may remember her Loki way back gave me a
Oh yeah.
thing, a note that had a whole bunch of reasonable prices for things. So generally you've been following that. So that's under notes.
As we, if we kind of approach kind of looking at that as well, I will kind of like pipe up and mention. I am pretty certain that your blood contains some of the alchemical properties that we could use for such a potion.
Oh, well, you're more than welcome to take as much as you want. I'm pretty hardy. I imagine I'd bleed quite a bit before I, die.
Also, it's 250 gold. Just let you know.
Also, is there a potion that gives you immunity against mind control or something like that?
Alcohol. It does give you immunity to fear.
Lobotomies.
If that's something you need, and you need it quite consistently, I think I have a spell for that, protection against good and evil.
Okay,
I could
because I
probably
feel like we might need.
improvise something. Give me a minute though. Let me just have a look at the command F. Water breathing. Potion
Also,
of water breathing.
alcohol has the exact opposite effect.
So
Makes it so much worse.
on this page it says the price is 180 gold. So
Oh,
I'm willing
nice.
to go off of that. So yes, she will help you make. Wait, what am I saying? I passed up an opportunity. This is Penelope doing this. What am I like? I was like,
Oh.
I don't know why I didn't make it that. So yeah, Penelope is 100% running a stall, and she is offering to help people make their own potions at half price. It will involve a check on your part to succeed in making the potion. It will be made with advantage because she's helping you. However, failure will mean that you've still spent the money, but you don't get the potion.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, how many potions of water breathing would you like it to help you make?
How long do they last? An hour?
Yes. I'll
And
double check that, but I do believe that that's the case.
And
Are
we're doing
we-
half price as well, so
Are we
half
using
180.
Eslin's blood as an ingredient?
Why are you using Aslan's blood as an ingredient?
Because it's Triton blood.
Triton blood is apparently an ingredient needed, or ingredient that you could use for water breathing potions.
Oh, right, yeah, I
we-
remember saying that, yeah. So, it's one of the ingredients, and Penelope would say to you, I mean, you can open her up, but also I have a vial of it generously donated here if we'd rather just, do things normally.
I think we were hoping for a little bit of a discount, actually. We're a little low on funds after the incident with the police.
Well, this is half price.
Mhm.
Well, you can't blame a party for trying.
No, I
At
suppose
very
not.
least, we suppose we can learn how it works, and then perhaps if we find ourselves caught short, at least we have one of the ingredients in abundance.
I mean, not abundance. Like, there's only one of me. Penelope, actually, while I have you here, I
Yes.
don't suppose that Farrakha ever mentioned anything about a shark queen?
Machine.
Sorry, I'm just looking for my D20. I'm going to roll a history check for her. It will be at disadvantage, and she rolled a 2. I'm sorry, that name doesn't ring any kind of bell.
Okay, no worries. Just the potions, then, I think.
Very well. All right, shall we begin?
We can certainly try.
Who
Who's doing
will...
the roll for the potions?
Yeah.
I think
Like-
we will try and do one each, right?
You don't have
What's
to.
the, what
Then
what check is it?
Intelligence. If you are proficient with alchemist supplies, you can also... Sorry, if you're proficient with an herbalism kit, you can also... No, wait, this is... Sorry, I thought you were making healing potions. No, alchemist supplies. If you're proficient with alchemist supplies, you can add your proficiency bonus.
I
It
am
will be
not.
made with
Hi,
advantage
whoever's
because she's
rolling.
helping you.
I'm not an intelligent man. Horse.
I am
Thing.
not an intelligent woman. In game or out.
Eslin.
Yes.
And that girl is making potions. I forgot the melody, but you have a D8.
I do have a D8. Okay, then. I guess it's on me. How many are we all putting in? Is it 80 gold each?
So it was half
90
of what?
gold each. Half of
90
180. 90 gold each.
Math is not much.
I now have 1 gold piece and 1 silver piece left.
Alright, I've put 1 in 2, so that's 1, 2.
Yep.
Would Amalia have 1 as well?
That's a good point, actually. I'm playing Amalia this evening. Let me just pull up her character sheet.
90 gold.
Do you want
Per
2
attack
gold?
check.
You can have 2 gold as me if you.
If we succeed at least 50% of the time, it's as if we just simply bought them. So
Well, is it just a 1 roll for all of them? Because it's a roll with advantage, right?
Amalia
Yeah.
does have 90 gold that she can put towards it, yes.
Alright then. So that's 1, 2, 3.
I'll get 2.
You want 2? Okay, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Calliope, do you want 1 too? Are you doing this?
1.
You'll have 1, yeah? Okay, so that's 6 total.
Gold.
Alright. So, let's start with the first check. Could please make me a intelligence check.
With advantage.
15?
15 just succeeds.
Okay, it's a high.
dun, dun, dun.
It's a high dick.
It's half price on an uncommon and magical potion.
Yep.
So, you're tentative at first, Eslin, but as you get into the rhythm of it, you find a kind of unusual knack in that. You know, there's a surprising amount of overlap between your skills in, cooking and baking, and you recall a lot of the techniques and of memorization, and you've learned to follow a recipe through virtue of, being a wife and a mother, so there's some amount of familiarity that does allow you with with Penelope's help to, she points out, oh, a little bit less here, and she prevents you a couple times from, you go to put 1 drop, 2 drop, and then she stops you. An extra drop and it'll make your head explode instead. And
I mean, an insta-kill potion sounds pretty helpful as well. Just,
the DM is trying to add flavor, don't... Don't look too much into it, goddammit.
Yeah, what it means is that if you get it, when you come out of water breathing, you get the bends instead.
oh god.
Yeah.
But yeah, after about 30 minutes or so, you have a bubbling, frothing, almost like sparkling water, but it's sort of this azure color, potion that she corks in a bottle and hands to you.
Thank you. Right, so I've got a spare in case anybody needs.
All right. So, are you ready for the other checks?
Am I doing all of them? I'm not very intelligent. Like, I have a +0 modifier.
You guys don't have to.
I think Scottinus will happily do it. I've got a +1.
Do you know what? For the fairness of the money we put in, we'll do our own for. So, for instance, I got 2, so I'll do 2 checks.
Okay, Jason, make 2 intelligence checks for me, please.
Okay, cool.
And
With
if
advantage.
Amalia's,
With advantage.
If Amalia's intelligence is less than mine, I will do hers for her.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay.
+1.
Mine's 0.
No, sorry,
So...
+0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First one is annoyingly a 14.
And the second one?
Second one is 19.
All right. So, unfortunately, the first one, your hand slipped slightly. You had a teensy bit too much algae to it, and by the time you're finished the brewing process, it turns into this black tar.
Oh.
And Penelope says, "I'm truly sorry." So
Sorry.
you have lost that one, and you have unfortunately lost the gold for that one. The second one, however, you learn from your mistakes. You are very meticulous with your dropping and just carefully tweezing out the little bits of algae, and you have a working water-breathing potion.
Yay. Can I keep the vial of the black tar, just in case?
She holds it out to you.
So, water breathing potion.
And just put question mark potion for the other one. I haven't decided what to do with that yet. Keep in mind, it's not necessarily a poison.
Oh, I know.
I give it to the BBEG. It's a haste spell.
It gives you 1 breath of air. Or it's just like a topping for like a salad.
It's ketamine. No. All right, Scottinos, please make me an intelligence check with advantage.
Yes, I'm actually going to use my dice roller properly this time, rather than the electronic one. Come here, you. Right. Well, the first number was a 1, so that was a waste of time.
With advantage?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do the advantage now. Oh, that's much better. 17.
All right, you successfully brew another bubbling, fizzing water-breathing potion. Lastly, Calliope, could you please make me an intelligence check with advantage?
+2, 19.
Good job.
19, success! You guys, pooling your resources and knowledge, and with Penelope's guidance, you're able to produce 4 out of 5 functioning water-breathing potions. Unfortunately, losing one out due to a slight mishap. But yeah, go ahead and mark off your...
Are we doing one for Amalia as well?
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Marley
Okay.
put 19, didn't she?
So, yes, you guys are welcome. Yes, she did put 19. You guys are welcome to make that check then.
Okay. I don't mind doing it and using the inspiration if need be.
Let me just double check something actually. Is Amalia proficient in... No, she's... How is she... Yeah, you are welcome to do it for her, yeah, and use the inspiration. Make another intelligence check with advantage.
Okay. Oh, I don't need it. 16.
Alright. 5 out of 6 water-breathing potions successfully produced.
Nice.
That's enough for the party.
That's enough for us. And 1 vial of black stuff.
Goo. Thank you, Penelope.
Stop by any time. I do enjoy your custom and your company.
Sweet. Okay then. Well, that was certainly helpful. Who knew, right? Would I know how deep Vashiros is below the water? Something tells me it's more than like an hour.
Make a... Don't make me do this, man.
Make I live there check.
Hold on. No. So you do live there, but I don't know that information. 1 second.
Make an improv check.
Yes.
All right. It's about 3.5 kilometers below the water. I just googled the deepest point in the Aegean Sea.
I thought there was deeper parts, like where the crabs live. Like I'm more on about specifically where Eslin's from. I know I'm being a pain at the fucking ass. I know. Please
Yeah.
don't be mean to me.
Yeah, okay, so here's what I'm saying. The deepest point in the Aegean Sea is 3.5 kilometers.
Mhm.
I'm saying that we'll say that that's the average depth of the seabed of the Siren Sea.
Okay.
So Vashiros would be 3.5 kilometers below the surface of the water.
Nice. Okay, so you guys are going to have to let me know when these are about to run out, and then I can cast walk in, and hopefully the pressure doesn't kill you.
I like
TVK
examples,
by deep
hopefully,
vein
Nick.
thrombosis.
Well, I guess let's have a look what else is around.
Very well. Would someone like to roll?
I'm happy to do so. D100, yes?
Yes.
$98.
Ooh.
I've rolled high and low on the 100 so far.
You see a satyr, a female, older. She has hair that's very clearly graying at this point, but it's got that sort of pale gray to it, of hair that was clearly once blonde, kind of like Charles Dance's hair. Weird comparison.
Yeah, we like
Yeah.
Charles Dance.
She's got a big hooked beak nose, and she's sitting at a booth where she appears to be selling some sort of pale amber-colored liquid.
I look down at my basically empty pockets, but I'm undeterred, and I will go and see what it is. It's probably alcohol, so it's going to be worth it regardless.
Hello there!
Good evening.
Such a pleasure to see another friendly sight so far from the Vale.
Well, I'm no Dawngreen, if that's what you're asking.
No offense, but you don't look it, however.
A friendly face all the same.
I get that a lot. What is it that you are selling?
My dear, this is ambrosia, the nectar of the gods.
I will kind of like look back to the group with a grin and go, this stuff is normally pretty nice.
How much is it, and what is it?
Nectar of the gods. It is a spirit refined from the finest nectar of the Catalan flower.
Oh.
Rumored to only grow on the fields of Nyx itself. Until one day, the giant Ephialtes descended from Nyx and gifted it to mankind, to mortal kind.
How much is it? For one?
A gold piece.
And what does it come? Is it like a cup? Is it a bar? Like this is me asking.
Is it a shot?
Yeah.
No, it's not a shot. It's like
An injection.
no, it's like it comes in a small bottle that would be, in terms of volume, equivalent to a half pint.
Oh.
Okay.
We like a half pint. Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Let's give it a go.
For 1 gold, yeah, 100%.
I shall say.
She takes it and graciously, how many are you guys getting?
Just the one for now.
One each, I think. So 3
Yeah.
total.
Alright. Calliope, are you getting one as well? Amalia buys 2, one for herself and one for Calliope, so Calliope has it if she wants. Alright, you have 6 portions of ambrosia.
Is it something you drink now? Is it like, or is it like food drink? Is it like a soup?
Scotanus is enjoying his now.
You smell it, and the smell kind of reminds you of mead, but it's got a slightly, best way I can describe it, more chemical quality to it, almost like tree sap.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
I'll dip my finger in and taste a bit, and then we'll decide if I want more.
Yeah, is it kind of like unrefined honey?
Kind of. I don't know if you've ever had tree sap before, in your, like, stirred into a drink, but it's something that's done in different parts of the Mediterranean. It gives, this is gonna sound bad, but I'm not, like, go with me on it. It gives an almost sort of turpentine quality. Oh, no sound comes out?
No, sorry, I'm talking to. Sorry, I was messaging Teddy.
So it gives the drink an almost turpentine-like scent and quality, but not in like a, oh my god, this is poisonous kind of way. It's just that, it's the same kind of feeling that would, something like fennel, or it's that
Okay, yeah.
Like
slightly,
a burny.
Yeah, it's
slightly
like a
burny
medicinal
alien
aftertaste.
chemically
Yeah, gotcha.
smell that isn't necessarily bad, but it's weird. This one in particular, it's like,
aniseed.
yeah, it's like if maple syrup had an aniseed quality to it. That's
Sure.
kind of what this tastes like.
Oh.
Sure. Is it like quite thick and globule as well, or is it like quite liquidy? So is it like maple syrup thickness?
It's not quite maple. It's like runny maple syrup thickness. Like you get that stuff
Okay,
that's like, takes a while to actually come out of the bottle maple syrup. But I'm talking about like proper like Canadian maple syrup that is actually
Where it just
surprisingly
pours
runny.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Cool. All right, in that case, lift the glass.
I lift my already half-finished glass.
Well,
Oh,
I
you've
guess.
already drunk it, Scotinas? You guys all drink it?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
Yeah, as soon as I bought, I pretty much drank it straight away.
Please roll me a d20,000.
A D20,000?
Yep.
Okay, let me just get my dice bag out. I have no idea how to do that, so...
Do it in Discord.
Ah.
It can be done in Discord.
What is it?
Are we gonna die?
/r space 1d20,000.
Got it.
Just double check this is in fact, 20,000.
So I think what I've done is I've opened up the deck of many things. Right, in Theros...
Sorry, 10,000, not 20,000. 1d10,000.
Yeah.
I think this is chaos magic. If I'm not mistaken, 10,000. All right, let's see.
It's gonna be like if you get a 1 or if you get like a 10,000.
Oh, there's if it's chaos magic, things are gonna complete. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, things are gonna go crazy. We about to get turned.
I rolled 536.
536.
Do you need us to roll for Amalia?
And Calliope.
I don't know if they have drunk yet. I'm going to.
Oh.
Scotina, 536.
536, yes.
Okay, Skotinos, you watch as everything around you starts to dissolve, your friends included. You feel yourself falling through blackness before you land on the ground, and all of a sudden you're standing and you look up and you're in the Scholar Vale again. It's the dead of night, whereas before it was where you were previously was midday. You see the blooming fields, the rushing water of the creeks, the forests in the distance.
Oh. Am I able to move around, or
Yes.
does it feel okay? I will. You don't get the chance to do this very often. I'm going to.
What you guys see is Skotinos' pupils become the size of dinner plates. And he starts wandering in a random direction. Skotinos, you after a second bump into an invisible barrier, and Jason, you're wondering why he walked straight into you.
Okay, yeah, cool. Squadino?
I'll have you know, I'm using AirPods.
I will. Yeah, I'm just going to sort of like reach out and feel this barrier.
The barrier is warm. The barrier is warm and fluffy.
I give it a big hug.
Skotinos, are you okay? Can you hear us?
Skotinos, you don't hear shit.
After a while, I'm going to try and move around this pillow, and continue towards the river.
Okay. You guys.
Are we affected or are we both fine?
Yeah.
Both of you roll.
Oh, we have.
We have.
Okay, what did you guys get?
I got 4,860.
Okay. Eslin, all of a sudden, you turn and you look at your friends. You look at the crowd around you. Look at the vendor, and everyone is suddenly a lot scarier to you than before. You're not like terrified per se, but you seem to be deeply intimidated by every living being around you. Jason, what did you get?
So whilst I'm trying to look after these two, whatever hits me is 6,050. This is going to be hilarious. So I'm like trying to reach for both of them, and then suddenly...
Okay, you are under the impression that you are immune to disease. It's just an idea that popped into your head, but you've never been more certain of anything in your life.
Okay, cool. In that case, I'm going to try and help them. I'm going to look. I'm going to try and get Skotinos by their face and say, "I think you are poisoned, my friend. But trust me, I can help you."
You feel an invisible warm pair of hands that seem to come from the ether itself, the warmth of the veil, just cup you gently and gingerly, and you never felt so comforted in your life. Eslin, a big, scary centaur man seems to be trying to accost you.
Do I recognize it as Jason, or
You recognize
is it just
it's
Jason, but he's
you're
scary?
Like, it's Jason, but he's scary.
Hi!
Come here, I will help you.
Please don't touch me.
Just to clarify as well, like you're not like seeing maggots come out of his face or anything like that. It's not like you're warped, like reality is warped or you're hallucinating. Just instinctually, you find them intimidating.
Okay,
Everybody.
so it's not like the fear toxin from the Batman movies.
Not exactly. No, it's not like the fear toxin. It's more sort of deep rooted in your mind.
Yeah.
Eslin's quite anxious anyway, so it's probably about the same.
All right. After about a minute, Skotinos, reality seems to melt for a second. You find yourself with a thud back at the festival. Jason, you are like Why the hell did I think that? It's patently not true. And Eslin, things settle down again for you.
Let's get more.
I told you it was good.
I'm holding on to the two of them while Sam goes, so you two are okay, but for some reason, I don't think that much happened to me. Calliope, how are you? That was my hopeful way of seeing if it worked.
If we ask enough questions.
Oh, I just realized my camera wasn't on. Sorry.
Oh, I thought that was intentional.
Oh, no, sorry. Let's, should we try open up a fresh chat?
Maybe. That's not going to mess up your setup at the moment, is it?
No, I shouldn't do.
Okay. Because Teddy, you can still hear us okay, can't you?
Perhaps your phone would be a good substitute if you're using your laptop? Ah, my apologies.
It could just be AirPods not pairing with our phone properly then.
What phone do you have?
I think I know
Okay,
what the
well, I
problem
got
is.
nothing.
Yeah.
I have a solution. It's not a solution.
Why would you want to inflict chemical burns on her?
Everyone's got to have a hobby.
Yeah.
I'm starting to understand.
There are
Fatina's
other
problem now.
options out there apart from Samsung and Apple. Just putting that into the void.
I like you, Paige. I don't want us to have a falling out.
I was gonna get a Huawei, but I just decided to mail Xi Jinping my data directly to cut out the middleman.
Oh well, I just meant like in terms of headsets and
Okay, yeah,
headphones.
no, that's fair enough.
It's not a two-cola system. Our cola keeps the two main conglomerates in check.
Calliope, would you like to drink of this liquid as well? Amalia did buy you one. All right, 6,642.
I want to know what happens if you get a 1.
I really would laugh if it was someone like Calliope, you try to speak but nothing comes out.
Alright, no, Calliope tries to speak, and it's not that nothing comes out, but she sounds like she's like, 100 feet away.
So it's very similar.
Yeah, pretty much.
So basically, Teddy, you can go on voice for the next minute.
Should we get another one? I think we should get another one.
I'm interested, for sure.
I would, but unfortunately, that was my last lucky gold.
I will buy you a
Amalia's
gold.
gonna down
I will
hers as
buy you a
well,
gold.
so can someone roll a d10,000
I will
for
buy you a
Amalia?
gold. I will buy you a drink.
I will trade you a gold for 1 silver piece.
Can someone roll a d10,000 for Amalia?
Yeah, sure, why not? I'm also buying another drink for me and Scatinos. I'll get one for
Okey-dokey.
Jason as well if he wants to have another go.
Mark off the appropriate gold pieces. So what did Amalia get?
Amalia got 8,119.
You guys watch as Amalia starts covering her head and running, and she starts cowering under one of the tent canopies.
Oh no.
Are you okay, Amalia?
Like, she drags you. Get under! Get under! You'll get hurt!
Why?
You don't see the hail?
No.
I'm very disappointed. I thought you were seeing literal cats and dogs.
Oh, that would have been.
That would have been.
After about a minute, she blinks and her pupils sort of return to normal, and she's like, I could have sworn there was a really heavy hailstorm.
Don't worry, we're all good.
Until this time.
Roll another d10,000.
825.
Just 825?
Yep. This is how we spend our gold. We just roll a.
Who is the nearest person? Who is the nearest person to you, Scotinos? Who would you say is?
Probably Eslin, because we're drinking together.
Eslin, you watch as Scotinos suddenly embraces you, just full on hugs you, like really, like bigly.
Oh, I love these two, Scotinos. What's...
10 seconds pass. 20 seconds pass. Scotinos, you're very reluctant to let go.
This is a very long hug. When a hug's been going on, like, and you start like patting the back, like.
Galatea like looks at you doing this, Scotinos, and she downs her own one that she's bought. Someone.
I just rolled one.
Yeah.
So she can have that one. 8,866.
Oh, that was my one, but yeah.
Oh no, sorry, I did that wrong. 8,875.
Oh, it might not be that much different.
She like goes, whoa! It's like there's like a torch in its bracket, sort of like standing on a pole nearby to you guys, and she's like, whoa! The torch doesn't do anything, but she seems suddenly surprised at it. And she's like, holy crap! Every fire I see is burning like 4 times taller and wider and everything.
That's so cool!
This is very strange. Mine was 8866.
88. Oh, so that's what that one was. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, sweet. So I see the lights differently. Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
You know, I'll take hers. So, hold up. What did you 10,000? Yeah.
Yeah.
$7,107.
7107.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, you like feel your eyes begin to well up a little bit, and then they start to steam and hiss like quenching metal.
I have heat vision. My eyes are burning out of my head. My eyes are burning out of my head.
Do you want me to heal? Do you need healing?
No, we're fine. No.
I'm just like, if he's still clung to me, I'm just gonna like, just sort of like reach around him and just.
I mean, I didn't realise it was that kind of cuddle.
4,233.
This whole session is going to be 10,000 ways of doing this.
It's just gonna be the party sits and do drugs for a set of
Get high off their ass.
I mean, Scotinos is
Eslin,
definitely going to be happy.
Eslin, you watch as, in your mind, Eslin, Jason, Galatea, Scotinos, Calliope, Amali, everyone around you seems to get on their knees and start begging you for mercy.
As well they should.
We are sorry, we do not wish to come with you to your family home.
No, you're begging for mercy. Stay there.
They're begging for mercy from your cooking.
Oh, I felt that. There's no F in chat large enough.
Eslin just looks very, very pleased with herself.
Alright. Are you guys just gonna keep buying portions of this, or?
No, we probably should do other things and not waste my gold. But
It's entirely your prerogative.
Is there any way of like asking? Could I ask whether or not this can keep? Like, can this keep? Like, could we take it with us?
Oh yeah, it's a spirit, so she says yes, it will keep. I'm sorry, Calliope, did you want to buy another one as well? Tell you what, Amalia buys one for Calliope and one for herself again as well. Someone please roll for Amalia. Okay, so she's holding two, so she holds one out to someone who wants it. All right, let's go to us. Roll me a d10,000. Someone roll for Amalia, please.
I'll do it.
Nine 591.
9591. Oh,
For
so that.
Scotinus.
Scotinos. You watch as a random person who seems to be just in the middle of eating a pastry. Everyone in the vicinity, including your companion, seem to turn to him and start getting on their knees and praising him as if he's some sort of prophet.
Well, now I'm interested in the pastry. I'll kind of. What? Do I feel compelled to do the same thing?
Nope.
Amalia got a 1/130. I do not appreciate this. The DM fucking bursting out laughing.
Amalia takes out her axe and loudly and proudly declares, "Let's see how much blood I can lose."
Can we restrain her?
Yeah, immediately grab.
Roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
Initiative, okay.
20. Natural 20. Plus
She
2.
rolled a natural 1.
Hey!
Alright, so with that, I'll say
Damage.
yes, you guys are all able to restrain her. And she's like, "But guys, I want to find out how much blood can be outside of my body."
You should have come to me for that.
He's not wrong. We do actually have someone.
And also, stop praising that pastry guy.
Yeah, to be fair.
Oh yeah, Scotinos, you wouldn't see any of this happen because
Ah.
you're still, so you wouldn't be there to restrain it. But between Jason and Eslin and Calliope.
Okay, maybe we should take a break on this for now.
Yes.
Alright, after about a minute, she's like, "What?
You
What just
were
happened?"
about to cut yourself open with your axe. It was very...
It was a moment.
It was
yeah,
very,
that happened.
it was very Scotinos-y.
Not quite. He's a
No,
bit more delicate.
I didn't get to see that one. Oh.
Okay, sorry.
I love her.
Just before we go, I
Love
would
you,
like to
babe.
buy.
Sorry about this.
I'd like to buy 6 vials before we go, just to kind of take with me.
She happily sells you 6 vials.
Right. So, anybody want to do anything specific, or do we just keep looking?
Just a quick DM question. We have the rest of the day of this festival to kind of enjoy before we really should be going back to Daxos, to Drasos and figuring out what needs to be done next, right?
I love how you had it right the first time and then you corrected yourself to the wrong one.
I know, it's because I like Draxos so much more.
Yep.
Draxos is like how we know him.
So yeah,
I love the legacy.
he said to approach Susan, come find him after the festival.
Perfect, okay, sweet, cool.
He said, don't worry about it for now, enjoy the festival. And yeah, you got
Beautiful.
until tomorrow, basically.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind rolling to see.
Okay, at this point, so I would say it would have taken you about an hour to do the potions.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have been sitting there drinking and like feeling the effects for about half an hour, so that would put you guys at around 1:30, 2 o'clock. It's just
Okay.
bear that in mind.
Cool. So, that is a 74.
74.
If it's something we've already done, I can roll again.
A nearby tent displays various works of art. The artists are there for questions about their pieces. So yeah, You see a very nicely put together blue tent that you step inside in, very much like out of character modern day art gallery. You're like the noise like all of a sudden just like cuts out, and in fact I will do that.
Does the
It's
ground in the tent have like a reverberating marble click?
Yes, it does.
Hey.
Which is hilarious because it's grass. It's like field.
That's marvelous. I love it already.
Did you just say marvelous?
I should have. I
That's
wish I had.
amazing.
And you see all sorts of artwork, and this is a really long tent as well. There's vases, statues, mosaics that seem to be floating uh, unprompted or unsupported by anything, seemingly.
Wow.
Yeah, and a variety of people standing next to their works of art.
Are there any ones? I mean, should we all look at one individually and talk to the? Or is there anyone that is taking our fancy? What do we see?
You see, there's a few of them who have like what I could call classical stuff, as in statues of various different gods in heroic poses. There's a lot of vases that have beautifully, if you've ever seen like a Greek vase, depict ornate sceneries, and you have a look at them. You make make a religion check. Anyone who
Ooh.
wants to.
Oh, hey. No, hey.
No, that's a 10.
13 for me.
So a few of these you're not entirely sure what they're depicting, but you're able to gather that they're all various stories and tales of deeds passed through, recognizing a few of them. One of them in particular you do recognize is the tale of Phaeton, the son of Heliod, who asked once to drive his father's chariot in order to show off to his friends, basically, to prove that he was, in fact, the son of Heliod. And Heliod eventually relented and allowed him to do so. But Phaeton struggled with the reins and accidentally careened the son way too close to the land, which scorched and blistered the land and is, so people say, the reason why the southern continent has such a harsh, arid environment to it. Which you guys remember, the southern continent is where Ganassi originally hailed from.
Oh.
You guys would know as well, because this is common knowledge, it's sometimes unclear what is factual tale and what is myth. So, but that is the common tale as to why the southern continent has such an arid climate.
Oh. Any works about Thassa?
Yeah. There's a statue of Thassa next to a sort of a Triton male who seems to be the artist who sculpted her, and it's quite typical. She's holding her trident and is standing aloft and beautiful and regal.
You've done a good job on this one.
Thank you. You're looking around though, you do see it's not strictly Thassa, but there is a enormous crystal orb about this big that is bright blue. It's been enchanted to have a series of moving images on the inside. You see various different fish, or you turn around and sometimes you see small fish sort of swimming in schools in the seabed, or other times it shifts and all of a sudden it's a storm at sea and an enormous kraken destroying a whole fleet.
I hope we don't see one of those soon.
The plinth at the bottom says, the sea in all her beauties.
Eslin just looks a bit like sad, but then she's like, meh, alcohol.
Are there any artists we can get to commission artwork of us?
If you like.
Let's make this canon in game. No.
Sure, that'll be 300 gold drachmi.
Shall we, unless anyone wants to probably check out some of the artwork, should we go see anything else?
Yeah, it feels like there's an element of sadness in here. Ooh.
Yeah, it's me. I'm the sadness. Hi.
God, that's a t-shirt.
Right.
All right. You guys step outside again, and you're immediately greeted with a blast of it's almost giant. Like, oh right, that's what the noise was again.
Okay, I guess I'll have a look for something, unless Calliope.
Just a standard D100.
$63.
You see another satyr, actually, this time a much younger, as in, looks to be in human years about 15 or so, male, with very short, very curly hair, who's standing next to a booth that seems to have a series of prizes.
We heard you.
Talk again? Sound out! Cry out! Oof. Sorry, it's gone quiet again if you're saying anything. Sorry. The guy is saying, the satyr is saying, step right up and win a prize! You? You think you got what it takes?
What's the sitch?
Tag a god. You need to kick a god and not get caught.
Kick a god?
Kick a god and not get caught.
God, G-U-A-R-D.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I think we were all like, piety back down to 0. Kick a god and not get caught.
No, thank you. That sounds... We've already been in the trouble with the law once today.
Are any of the guards there? Any of the ones that
if it's the one that
were
was
rough with Calliope?
You don't know.
Okay.
Calliope, are any of these the ones that were a dick to you? Just like Calliope.
I'll say that she doesn't see,
We just see smoke coming out of her eyes.
Calliope, make a perception check.
Oof. Who does she see?
You do manage to peer about 200 feet away one familiar face that is in fact one of the guards you who incarcerated you previously.
Ah!
I think he said kick. I think he said kick.
Kick, not kill.
I'm gonna try and see if we can grab the bow really quickly and be like,
It's like
Roll initiative. Calliope, roll initiative.
fuck. 17 plus 5.
Okay.
3 plus 3. I'm still enamored by the pattern.
She puts it down.
Okay.
What an absolute fucking queen.
Daddy got tricked. Daddy got
I
tricked.
string up my bow and then put it down and wink at him for Twitch chat. Is
What?
what I love said.
The guard, he does not see you, Calliope. He's actually quite far away. It's only because you rolled so high that you spotted him.
Dude.
Coward acted like he ain't seen me.
DM question.
Yes?
If I talked to Calliope as Dyson, who is a fighter, and maybe Amalia too, and we kind of gave her advice on to how best kick someone, could she roll an attack with advantage, maybe?
I'll give her bless, don't worry about it.
Can we just give her the most options to give her, like, the best possible nut shot?
I would have you roll a performance check for instruction. With a high DC. It's the only way I would allow that.
Take guidance, Jason. Slip.
Just checking, can you hear me now?
Oh
Yes,
my god.
And
Boys.
Eureka!
how did you fix
Beautiful.
it?
I didn't. I just took off my headphones, but there's gonna be an echo, so
There's
probably
no
gonna have to have it on low volume. Sorry if I shout.
There shouldn't be an echo on the phone you were using.
No, because it's on speaker.
So it might be us, basically, is what she's saying.
Ah.
Either way, I can't hear an echo at the moment.
Not at the moment.
But I can hear you!
Yay!
About fucking time. Bye then. What were we doing?
We're discussing whether or not
We're trying to get you to
An
kick
ancient
the
red
guard.
dragon is attacking.
We're deciding how best to teach you the ways of the nut kick.
the most appropriate nut shot.
And then not get caught.
I will say, just for the hell of it, at this point, you guys hear a voice behind you that says, "If you're going to do it, be quick."
So what prize do we get if we win?
So
That's a very good
wasn't that.
question.
You turn around because you recognize this voice, and you see Volpadilla out of her armor, which is almost why you didn't recognize her at first.
Oh, hi, Mal! How's it going?
She smiles at you and greets you back. She's got with her, you see, a woman of about the same age, except this woman has sort of much shorter hair that's sort of almost, it sort of comes down to about her shoulders, whereas Molpadia's just falls down her back. This woman, it's shaved at the side. It's quite a, I guess you could say, curvier woman, who is also in a dress. Hers, however, is a very deep wine color, like wine purple, whereas Molpadia's is her characteristic Meletian blue. Each of them have a small child that they're holding by the hand, one boy and one girl.
Oh, is this your family?
Sorry, 1 second, because Teddy's back, so I'm...
Oh, sorry, no.
No,
No!
Oh,
No!
He's like, I will drink the... Oh no, they can see me drinking the grape juice.
Why did I say anything?
No!
You could have got Teddy to be
No,
like...
sorry, I didn't want to mess up the layout.
Mess it up. It's so much better.
No, I redesigned the system so that you don't mess up the layout.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of Skype, so that you can do this without messing up the layout.
Come back.
We
Come
miss your
back.
grape
come
juice
back.
drinking face.
Shut up.
Anything's better than the bread eating face, let's be honest.
Oh yeah, God, that was oof.
Come back, Teddy. Like, literally,
No.
like, I already tweaked the layout. Like, I
No.
literally just tweaked it, and...
No, it's fine. Carry on.
Teddy,
Fine.
we haven't heard you for most of this game. Please come back so we can at least see you.
Honestly, the better.
fine.
I'm stroking my camera, but I just keep disappearing.
Well, now you've fully disappeared. Oh, there you are.
Nope.
Oh.
It's a flickering. It's playing with the camera.
Yeah.
It's like, surprise, motherfucker.
So is Molpadia doing an activity to get the this is an actual stall that's doing this?
She's not doing the activity. So there was that satyr boy who was running the activity. Molpadia just happened to walk past at that moment.
I see.
Because the DM said so.
We've been given permission.
And
Go,
Molpadia says, yes, this is my wife Chiara, and these are our two children, Hecaton and Alicia.
Oh, it's wonderful to meet you.
It's nice to meet you all.
The woman nods. Molpadia told me a bit about you guys. Tempest, right?
Good things?
Yes, she, I'm sorry about your friend.
Well, as long as they're good things, yes, we might be Tempest.
We only do good. There are only ever good things when it comes to Tempest.
Molpadia says,
I assume.
Molpadia says, the Amarantia is a chance to let everyone to let their hair down. You should follow suit. And she sort of just, and yeah, it's a bit of a stark contrast. Previously, you've seen her in basically full plate with her bow and arrow constantly strung across her back, like ready to go, helm on almost at all times as well. And just to see her out of her armor is like, it's startling.
Calliope, kick the man.
I think Teddy is muted again.
Oh no.
We were doing so well.
I think it's voluntarily muted because I can see her mute button.
All right. What things have you been to see so far?
Oh, there was a lovely play on previously. We got to see that. That was good. Played a few hands of cards and dice. Old habits die hard. These two little troublemakers participated in the scavenger hunt, and they show them what you want, and the boy holds up a very expertly carved wooden Xephos.
Oh, that's cool.
It's quite obviously a toy, but at a first glance it looks real enough, like it's been very expertly painted. And the girl holds up a wooden horse that's been similarly expertly carved.
So how difficult was the scavenger hunt, kids? Was it fun?
Yes, it was very fun. I like this. I'm going to call her Sashira, and I want to be a horse rider like Mama when I grow up.
Oh, that's good. Well, there's some horses, I believe, by Treebeard, and one of them was mine, and he was...
Treebeard!
Treebeard! Thistle's mine!
No?
What's
No,
the
did you say
opposite
that?
of inspiration?
Oh.
Eslin, you're rolling whatever you roll next with disadvantage.
But I'm bad with names, we know this.
But Treebeard!
I've been doing Lord of the Rings RP, man. Don't you bring the shame on me.
Shame on you.
Thistle Spine. There's a very nice horse there. It used to be mine. You should definitely give him a ride.
Can we go, Mama? Can we go? Can we go? And Molpadia rolls her eyes and says, alright, fine. I'll get these two troublemakers to those rides they were promised.
Hopefully we'll see you around later.
We'll probably all be hitting the dance floor when the music starts properly.
The
We'll see you
dance
there.
floor.
The music hasn't started already?
We're dancing?
There is part of the Amarantia, at least in Meletis, is there's a bit of music and dancing. There are minstrels here, and she points to a couple of them. And yes, you have seen a couple of minstrels and a few people sort of dancing of their own accord. But Molpadia goes on to explain, there is a slightly more larger combined effort, or that people optionally can participate in.
Oh, well, maybe I should get changed. That sounds nice. All right, then.
I feel
There's
it's tonight, yeah.
There is a very good dress vendor about 2 blocks that way.
I should
Blocks
have
due.
some formal wear on me, but yeah, I'll definitely give it a look. Thank
Oh,
you.
good. I didn't know you had the formal wear already on you. Very good. All right, let's get these 2
Few
guys some-
costumes if anyone needs anything.
Well, let's go look at the shop. Like,
I am so tempted to have you roll for what the costumes are.
Pirate and like
I was thinking, like,
nurse.
for some reason, and I don't know what this says about me, but I was picturing a Jason dressed as a pimp with like the purple, like cheetah skin, like
Oh yeah.
giant, like
Can I roll
coat
for it, please?
with the giant.
Costume roller.
Sure, roll a D100 of ridiculousness, and I'll improvise something.
Oh dear.
I'm just going to random costume generator, see what comes up.
100.
That's a what?
It's loading. 45.
45.
I know Cinderella Story made the most original costumes for their party. Maybe you could type in their costume list.
So with a 45, Calliope pulls out a set of hoplite armor. Except it's very obviously made out of paper, or like sort of like parchment that's been painted. Because she has to basically fold it out. And so you basically recognize this. This is a very cartoony, over-the-top replica of the armor that Aklios is commonly depicted in. Aklios being the hero of the Acroan War. Achilles. It's Achilles.
Achilles, what is your profession?
You sound like a basset hound who's been shown a snack. So yeah, basically you have this. It looks like it was made for children's plays.
Great.
Like something you'd find at the Halloween section of like Asda or like Iceland or something.
Love it.
I just hand it over to. Is it gonna fit Scotty? Because I'm guessing it's a bit too small for Jace.
No, so it's designed. Yeah, it will fit Scotty. It is designed for a adult humanoid. It will fit Jason, but his horse portions will be uncovered.
It's okay.
I look at the boys like, anyone? Any takers?
I think it'll suit you.
I'm okay.
Let's get you a really nice dress, Calliope. This looks super fancy.
It's gonna be a shopping episode.
Go to the mountains.
I miss our shopping episodes. I swear we had like one every week, like every 2 weeks, and it was literally just like the girls being like, "Well, we now have very fancy outfits," and the boys were like, "Yeah, I'll have a cape."
Very well. So yeah, you approach the shopping episodes are the best as well because I get to come up with crazy characters.
Oh, please bring back the French woman. I loved her so much, Madame Daphne.
You see you have a strange sense of deja vu as you see an older, plump human woman with a big heaving bosom and a painted face. Oh, hello!
Oh, hi!
What will it be, dearies?
Well, we're looking for some outfits for the ball tonight, I guess. Do you have anything for a Triton and
Sure.
a half nymph?
The dancing tonight will be nothing so formal as a ball, do not worry. You'll probably want something with a bit of leg room. It'll be out in the field, and the dancing is a bit more animated. What she describes to you is kind of like, yeah, so basically like the kind of dancing you would have seen at like the start of the first Lord of the Rings movie, kind of sort of like open air, outdoor.
Nice.
You can search far and wide.
That's the third Lord of the Rings movie.
Extended.
But yeah, sort of like open air, sort of wave your butt, like Burning Man kind of. Oh, okay, Burning Man's a bad example, but you know what I mean.
No clothes. Okay, something nice then, I guess.
Let me think. Let me think. Ooh, this is perfect. And she pulls out. So, on first sight, it appears to simply be a coral-colored sash with a few clasps in different places. But she explains how it works. She has a wooden mannequin of a female figure there, and the way it's draped, it sort of goes over the back of the neck, and then covers the breasts in a sort of X-type pattern. And then it drapes across the back, clasping again around the back, before coming around again, and it sort of wraps twice to create this sort of like a mini skirt, then drapes behind, off the buttocks like these two sort of, for lack of a better term, coattails.
Ooh, yes. How much?
5 gold drachmi. Maybe
5
from
gold
the
drachmi
finest
is
silks.
yours. Will you help me put it on though? Just
Yeah. She
Thanks.
ducks you behind a little tent thing that's been set up for modesty's sake, and she with your permission helps you strip down out of your armor and helps you get into this. And it's actually quite a no, snug is not the right word. Is there a word for like snug but in a good way?
Fitted.
It's
fitted.
quite fitted when it does end up draping in you, and you feel, you know, the skirt is a little on the high side. So
Yeah, it's fine. Thick thighs save lives.
couldn't
Yeah.
agree more.
Fish thighs save lives.
Or enter them.
I'm sorry.
What thighs save lives, Calliope?
Fish thighs.
Oh,
Fish thighs. To be fair, I
didn't
think
actually
Esley could
save.
snap someone's neck with her thighs, just because of her athletic score. But yeah, thank you. Wonderful.
Somewhere, Eslin's husband gets an erection and he has no idea why.
No idea why.
Well, Calliope, your turn.
Right. Okay. Do I see anything that grabs my attention?
What is your criteria for something that would grab your attention?
Something. Maybe a very simple dress with like a like floor length, but with a big slit on the leg. Nice and simple.
Like Angelina Jolie's one.
Angelina
Huh?
Jolie's one.
Like when she had the big slit in her leg on the dress.
Sure, but not the awkward leg memes.
Yeah, you can find something like that. So, she doesn't have something with a big slit down the side, but if that is something you say to her, she is able to make a quick adjustment to it, because it's a simple thing to do. She basically makes a very precise, if you request it, incision in one of the dresses that she has, and is able to create that leg gap for you. And what she presents to you is a very classical Grecian dress, or Theron dress, that has the classic 2 buckles here. It's sort of a double-breasted draping of it. It's got a sort of quite chitin quality to it. The actual clasps at the shoulders trail off into these 2 mini capes that, when you drape them over your arms, act as these small, these sort of long, sort of almost robe-like sleeves where your arms poke out from them.
I found a Google image picture. I will actually, because I'm using the notes function of the iMac, the stream can actually see the reference images I provide. So if you guys hop onto the stream, you can see the kind of thing I am entailing.
Nice. Tweet.
Am I able to shrink this at all?
Oh, pretty.
Okay, I shrunk it.
Love that.
Hang on. View as large images. Yeah, so that people in chat get an idea. Yeah, that's what she.
Oh.
Love it.
Alright, 1 second as well, just because I need to. There we go. And that is what. And yeah, it is in sort of those colors. It has this off-white eggshell color for the main section of it with a gold trim, and it sort of fades into that sky blue.
Beautiful.
Love it. Thank you.
All right, who's next? Amalia will present herself next. Oh yeah, so the dress is 2 gold. Amalia will present herself next. And she has a conversation a little bit with the woman, and at the end of it, Amalia ends up purchasing a traditional Leonin garb that seems to be almost like a long flowing coat. There's a section of it that would almost come up like a hood, but there's 2 sections of it. There's a robed section of it with these big long sleeves that has almost like a, for lack of a better term, a friar's secondary like shoulder cape. Except this one's also much longer as well and has a U-shaped, upside down U-shaped slit at the front, at which she can sort of like throw it back if she wants to. She, with these scrunched up sections, is able to bunch up the sleeves, so she's got a similar thing going on to what Calliope has, where these sort of arm capes. So it's sort of these sections of draped over flowing robes, each one with this very detailed patterns all traced across it, like zigzags, and she almost looks like a moving mosaic. There's a vibrant dress of like bright reds and light blues and bright greens. It's a quite sort of multicolored tapestry. Right, will there be anything else?
Boys?
Did we come with you?
Yes, he did come with us.
I think Scatanus is probably going to decline, as he's out of gold anyway, and he's not too fussed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know if you would have anything for someone of my stature and size that would be appropriate.
It would be silly, of course, of course. I don't just manufacture, I import.
Do you have anything that might help?
She is able to provide for you a simple but quite nice looking, clearly made of a nice fabric, formal chiton that is designed for a centaur.
Okay.
So it's a sort of sizing up and down for a moment. She has a few colors. She has a very lush brown, or a vibrant green, like sort of like a moss green, or a plain black.
I guess I'll go for the black. Keep it simple, sophisticated. The LBD.
Cool, yeah, so your one, Jason, is one-shouldered.
Sort of loosely hangs off. The black one actually has a very thin pattern of red thread that's sort of going across it. That's sort of like a borderline of the border,
Nice.
sort of create definition. And yeah, it's very simple. It just sort of hangs off you. It's sort of like a plain black color with that red border, but it does also drape over your horse portions.
Nice. And how much is this?
5 gold drachmi.
And for the satyr over there, would you have anything in his size or stature?
She thinks for a moment. Let's have a look. Ooh, this is very perfect. She pulls out a chiton that has yeah. So this one is also one strapped, and it's sort of a ivory white color. However, what this has that sort of sets it apart is a small mantle that sort of goes to about here, of brown and white and caramel colored feathers. Down feathers specifically. It's sort of like this fluffy shoulder hood. Fluffy shoulder.
Yeke.
It is sort of in those colors.
And how much would that be?
10 gold drachmi. It was harvested from barn owls.
I am okay.
Yeah, I look at Scatinos and I'm like, I have a feeling you'll probably end up just going in your natural state if you needed to.
Hey.
Then just the one for me, please. That was 5, yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet. Boom, boom.
Yeah, feathers are expensive.
Oof, aren't they just?
Oh God! Think of all the money we could have made from all those birds we've killed.
Have you killed any
Horatio.
birds? I thought they were killing you.
Not me.
Jason stands in the shop with the flashback.
When
Like
somebody asks you if you're
Vietnam-
fine and you're not
Vietnam
fine.
Oh, are you having more ambrosia already?
Well, thank you. See you around, I guess.
See you around! Hopefully to catch you on the dance floor. She playfully pokes your ribs, Eslin.
Yeah, bye.
Toodaloo!
So good with people. So good with people. Okay. How much time is left? Are we in the afternoon, evening?
It's about early afternoon at this point. The dancing is maybe not yet for a couple hours, so the dancing would start around sort of the evening when the sun sets. Now,
Okay.
you don't have to like spam out activities. You can say you just take in the festivities, and we can also do a fast forward. It's entirely up to you.
Is there anything specific you think would catch
We should
any
go
of our
and see,
eyes
yeah.
before we
Uh,
time skip?
there is an ale drinking contest that Scotinos' eyes get caught by.
I haven't got the drink. I haven't got the drink. I haven't got the gold to pay for all the drinks. So I'll probably look at that longly and go, if only.
What's the entry fee for that?
The price of the drinks.
Oh, yeah, no, probably not. Sorry, buddy.
But then Scotinos would also, his eyes would be caught by a liar's contest. Spin the wildest tale you can think of, and the crowd votes on the best one based on believability, complexity, and incredibility.
Oh, Calliope, though, you're very...
Use your words carefully.
Yeah, I literally forgot the word for, like, not crafty, but, like...
A
Cunning.
big liar.
Storytelling.
Cunning?
Yeah, you're very cunning. How about you give that a go?
Oh dear. Fuck-a-doodle-doo. Honestly, I can't think of anything right now.
I mean, you could probably tell one of the tales that has happened to us, people wouldn't believe it, so... But how about the time that we got shrunk down and nearly ate by a cat, or carried 500 feet in the air by...
Well, that time that you stole a boat.
We didn't steal a boat.
We acquired.
Amalia says, "We absolutely stole the boat. The original owners even chased us."
Yeah, but now they're at the bottom of the sea, so they're not really a problem.
Ooh, that's dark. I like this story.
Where's that
I guess
gif
if they
of
know-
like Brian after his eyes go
like,
wide and Stewie's like,
Do you want to turn your whole world upside down face?
The world turned upside down. Do you want to have a go, Skithinos? I'll cover your entry fee.
I'm not that good a liar. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
See, I almost believed you there for a second.
I inspire Scotty before he enters.
I will slap him with a guidance as well.
Don't stop deceiving.
"Hey! Take your D8 inspiration." It's a D8 or
Oh,
D6?
D8
Take your D8 inspiration.
and
Okay.
4.
Sorry?
And a D4. As in, were you blessing him or
I was giving him guidance. Slap on the ass.
Okay. So, Scotinos, what tale do you weave?
Just give me 1 second. I need to make sure I get my regions. Okay. She's on Theros. I know. Let's talk about when I went to see Tethmos. So this is actually the 4th time I've been at the festival. I've been away for quite some time actually. I have been in Tethmos. So I've got the claws and the scratches to say that's right. I'm looking at you, Leon. And I, last time I was there, I may have taken the joke regarding the feline aspect of the Leonin a little too far, and quite rightly, things may have got a little bit out of hand. So I was assisting with something. Yeah, I think it's not important. I think I was dealing with a infestation of something inside like one of the towns. I was kind of helping clearing out there as well. And at the bathhouse, which is sort of on the southern side of the town, there was the Onan family that had been running this bathhouse for like 4 or 5 years, and I travelled there to I lived there as well, and I thought, okay, well now that's all taken care of. I'm going to take in the sights, and I made a bit of an off-comment joke about why the Onan family were not able to take care of the infestation they had themselves. I said, and I'm not ashamed to say it, I said, well, why can't you? Aren't you supposed to be good at catching things? And yeah, that's kind of how that went. So they decided to play a little bit of a trick on me. So I was at the bathhouse. I didn't realise that the same family had this bathhouse there as well, and they decided to play a game of cat and mouse. And I'm not a good mouse. I tend to get a bit claustrophobic. So I went to the bathhouse. It was really quiet, completely empty. Nothing was going on there as well. And they said, go change there as well. Heard the doors closed. Heard like a lock. Thought, fine, maybe it's sort of like a private area or something. And kind of went into the bathhouse, and it was completely empty. And now the bathhouse in Tethmos is huge, enormous. It's about like 200 meters, running straight down there as well. Beautiful clear waters, like a perfect, like idyllic sign for you if you're ever looking for a place to rest there. But it was completely silent. And after about 3 or 4 minutes, as I was kind of like going, well, this is peaceful. but it's also a bit weird. I decided I'm going to settle into the water and go, okay, see what's going on there as well. And I kind of settled in. It was nice and warm, relaxing. And then something felt a little weird. And I was just sat in the water trying to swim, and the water felt odd. It felt lumpy. It felt I couldn't see anything in it. It was just, it just felt lumpy. Felt like there was like movement, like there was maybe they had water jets that I couldn't see, and it started to move around. And then I started feeling myself getting jostled. And at one point I felt myself like lose my grip on the side of the bathhouse, just go fall into the water, deeper into the water, so I had to bring myself back up. But when I came up, I realised I wasn't just swimming in water. This was an entire bathhouse completely filled with water elementals. Now, I've only come across water elementals a couple of times, and normally they're just like one or two by the river, and there's fairly there as well. I've never come across enough that I hadn't realised there was barely any water, the actual water, in this bathhouse itself. It was all water elementals. So it turns out that the caretaker who I'd been making a joke about seems to be some kind of magic user, and specifically was an elementalist, and had been using elementals to kind of clean that as well. So I spent the next 4.5 hours being chased inside this like circuit filled with water elementals, jostling me, like dragging me down, and I had no idea. I could barely breathe. It felt like I was underwater, but I wasn't, because there was barely any water. It was just like a living entity of water that was just tossing me about, side after side, side after side. And then finally, when I kindly got out of the water itself, I turned around and I looked to see what happened there as well. I saw the face of, I guess it probably looked like a leonine kind of shape face, which kind of looked really odd. And I've never heard an elemental speak. I thought water elementals couldn't speak. They really have there as well. But it said, these amalgamations of elementals said to me, do not insult my beloved. So it turns out that this Leonin family caretaker not only had created an elemental swarm, but had fallen in love with his own creation of an elemental Leonin water bubbly thing that had heard me insult it's I don't know, what gender is a water elemental? I don't know. Their beloved, and decided to play a trick on me. And I looked up and I could see the caretaker, and like they were sort of sat up there, cackling, drinking like a bottle of ale. And I saw the water, like a small little trail, trickle up the ground, form a little high five, and just high five its partner. And then I was finally let out. And that is the story about why the last time I went to that town, and the last why I will never ever give it to stereotypes ever again, because you have no idea who you're going to insult. Thank you very much.
Make a deception check with advantage, because you pulled that out of your ass.
Okay.
You also have guidance and inspiration.
Alright, that is that was a crap roll. That is a 19 plus what? Plus the D8. I am plus D8.
You rolled a 19?
And a D4.
A 19 on the dice.
Okay.
Now I need to add the benefits to it. So D4 on top of that is 2, 21 plus D8. It's just a 2, so 23 plus my proficiency for deception, which is 4, so 27 total.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother rolling for other participants. Try as they might, the other tales that the other competitors try to spin are nowhere near as complex, unbelievable, yet somehow believable and ridiculous as the one you weave.
What's the prize?
They hold out a very big jug of wine.
Ah, hey, awesome. Well, I will share my spoils with the ones that paid my entry fee, and I
What
offer.
was the entry fee?
Oh, it was like 2 silver.
Oh.
And I share the vial or the jug of.
This does
victory
take a
juice
good
to
hour though, because
members.
there were a lot of entrants who sort of came to
Yeah.
participate.
Bless you.
As you guys are doling out the wine, and you are sharing heartily of it, you hear one scream,
Oh
then
no.
another scream, then another scream, and the setting sun somehow suddenly gets darker, and you hear a gigantic rushing sound.
Also, I wouldn't have drunk just if that means anything.
Okay.
I cannot say the same for myself.
You do hear you hear these people screaming, like people start panicking around you and looking fearfully in a direction upwards.
What's going on?
I'm
look
gonna
up.
give my shield of faith on myself before I die.
You look up and you see a gigantic wingspan soaring in the skies towards the festival.
If it's a fucking owlbear, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Jason is getting spicy deja vu.
Spicy deja vu, yeah, it's coming out my ass.
PTSD.
Attached
What
to this
description.
attached to this wingspan is a feline form.
Uh-oh.
That strangely enough seems to be clad in golden armor atop it. The color of the wings themselves are this very bright, vibrant blue that has gold flecked all the way throughout it. In fact, there's a pattern in the wings itself that almost looks like a maze. Aside from the golden armor, the feline form appears to be of the purest and brightest white. But what strikes you is that where you would expect to see a snout and fangs is instead, there are fangs, but they're attached to a very human head.
Manticore.
A bit... Jason, you've seen 1 or 2 manticores before, it hasn't said this out loud. This is bigger.
I don't believe it's a manticore.
What appears to be a wizened sage's face, wearing this golden hoplite helm that has a shorter crest on it that sort of has these double-sided, almost like bullhorn crests sticking out of it as well. So a face that reminds you, out of character, of Saruman, but it's like traced throughout, and it does still have a slight feline quality throughout it. This thing's wingspan is easily like 60 feet or so.
Is it a sphinx? Would we know if it...
Make an Arcana check.
I mean, can we all make one?
Yeah,
I don't think I have any bonuses to Arcana, but that was a 17.
I'm concerned that I think this is part of the festival, so I'm probably not paying as close attention as I should.
Calliope specifically, roll a history check.
History.
Yeah.
18 plus 2, no, 3, 21.
So the name escapes you for a moment, but you do know, you have heard in your travels of the tale of a sphinx that would grace the city of Meletis during important occasions.
Ah.
And you watch as this gigantic lion form does almost like a flyby over the festival and then flies off and further away until it ends up perching itself where the mountain sort of reaches its peak at, you squint,
where you know to be the observatory of Melodies. And it's still visible if you squint, but yeah.
Not attacking anyone, not picking up Jason.
Oh, he does not pick up Jason, but and
Amalia, relative of yours? Distant cousin or something?
that's racist.
I was kidding. You said worse things to me, or not you.
She says, "So was I. Don't worry," and like playfully nudges your shoulder with her fist.
Is that thing going to be a danger? Because I'm in a dress.
It does seem to be long gone. It's like a couple miles away.
No, she was saying more to the
Oh.
other party. Like she's got a mace and she's got a spear. Sorry, she's got a shield and she's got a mace, but she's
You
still
do
doing a
hear
dress.
a
Like,
murmur that starts to ripple through the crowd at this point as things go back to normal. It's Medomai, Medomai. Could that be the Medomai?
Who is Metamai?
Megamind?
Medomai. Fuck all y'all.
Presentation! Would any of us know who that is?
Anyone who wants to can roll a history check. Recommend those who are proficient.
Oh, no. 15?
13.
That was a solid 3 plus 3 from me.
Proficiency got a roll.
What was the highest roll out of that?
Calliope's, I think.
15, I think.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty big stuff. So, with a 15, Calliope specifically, again, being, you're well-traveled, you've heard all sorts of stories. You know that throughout history, the wise and ancient Androsphinx Medomai, Medomai, has appeared in Melodies during moments of historical importance, such as religious ceremonies, coronations, or the onset of wars.
Okay. I relay this to the group. Sorry.
Whoa.
Is there a war coming, or is he just enjoying the festivities?
No, I believe they're just just trying to support, but obviously there's a misconception with the way they look. They look a bit threatening, but I don't believe we're in any danger, so we're fine. We're good.
Should I put my armor back on? I'm feeling a tiny bit naked right now.
As am I.
I'll say at this point, though, with everything that's going on as well and how long you would have spent on the tails, the sun is starting to set. It's sort of around... Oh, wait, no, sorry if I did the math right. It is around like 5, 6 p.m. at this point, so...
Well, let's grab some food and then we'll head on to the dance floor. And if things look a bit sus, we can robe up, Out of interest, how long does it take to put on armor in combat?
10 minutes, I think.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. So
Cool.
basically it can't be done in and out. But...
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, we are fucked.
No, that's fine. I've got a shield and I've got my mace and I'm not putting that down, so...
Well, I'm fucked.
I think you can get special armor that is like specially made that you can doff or take off in a turn.
Cast off armor.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's cool. Stripper armor, my favourite.
Yep, basically.
I'm just
basically,
picturing Bruce Almighty where he just does that. All right, I guess to the party with a wary eye.
And a big jug.
And food. Food first.
Alright,
Scottinus.
what are you guys getting to eat?
Chicken?
Is that a chicken?
There is a stall that has these big, juicy, and full chicken kebabs available for...
Ooh, that just sounds really good right now. That's Alex speaking, not Jason.
Yeah, to be fair, like the Greek place closed by me just recently and I'm absolutely broken about it. Like,
I offer my last silver coin to see what I can acquire with it.
You can get a falafel
I get
kebab.
a proper meal.
Like a veggie kebab.
I'll just put in some money for him, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Nice. I'll buy my meal. How much it is?
If everybody gets a chicken kebab, that would come to a gold piece.
Oh,
Oh, no.
thank you.
All right.
Scotty's
The,
been looked after by everyone now.
the,
He's poor.
big
Spent all his money on
pot-bellied-
wine.
The big pot-bellied, very hairy man with eyebrows that look like forests says, "An absolute pleasure."
Thank you. Right, let's chow down and get dancing.
Yeah, it's very good.
So Calliope, are there any sort of dances local to this region? Because I imagine the things I've learned in the Shiras would be quite different because we have water.
Melodies and Mamba is quite popular here.
Well, since I do work in the entertainment business, that came out wrong. I've seen some people, but usually in my line of work they're very drunk. So I would not recommend the things I've seen in taverns. But
Do
yeah,
you not
we
dance?
improvise. No, I sing and I play instruments, but that's about it. I don't really enjoy dancing that much.
That's fair. Okay then. Well, I think I could probably work out how to do some things on land.
I'm sure we can find you a partner so they can teach you.
I guess. Sure, why not? It's a party.
Cool.
Let's go.
You guys see people begin to make their way. Just to list off a couple of things as well for you, Scotty, specifically, and maybe Jason, depending on how depressed he is. There is a House of Lady Favors that has been set up as part of the.
Oh, are we not? Are we not travelling as a group anymore?
No, you can. Yeah. Sorry, I was just I thought I'd mention that in case that wildly steered your plans away.
Oh no, I meant in terms of so did Is it just the four of us now?
Oh no, so Galatea's been with you this whole time. I've just been
Right. Yeah. Cool. That's fine.
Yeah. And Eora and Abraxas meet up with you guys again. And you guys all take to it. In fact, you guys all have Foundry open, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys spot a band of satyrs, all dressed in very beautiful flowing silks, that take out a lute, sorry, not a lute, a lyre, a drum, and various different instruments, and begin playing this beautiful ballad. And Scotino, so you recognize it. This is, not specifically, but you know that this is a type of, that is way too loud.
I can't see either. I don't seem to have vision. Let me see if I go.
No, there's nothing to see, it was the extra music.
Ah, okay.
You guys hear that, right?
Yeah, we hear it.
Yeah. So this is a song of revelry, specifically. So you would know, Skotinos, that the kind of dancing that this calls for here is, for lack of a better term, out of character, pagan dancing. Sort of, you see as different fires have been set up and people are sort of, waving their hands in the air and sort of rhythmic movements, but are sort of long and flowing and just having a good time. You spot Molpadilla out of the corner of your right, who she's got, she and her wife have the two little children who are holding hands, and then they're lifting the children up and just dancing with their kids and like spinning in a circle, having a grand old time.
I probably take out my dagger and sort of like do a small prick on both of my hands, and then use hemokinesis to just make this tiniest, what looks like little flames, but they're actually just like bubbles of blood that kind of just like flicker, make it like almost as best as liquid can try and simulate. But it's kind of more like those those cheap, when you get those cheap pretend fires that have the pieces of plastic that get blown up. It probably looks a bit more like that. But I've kind of got those in my hands as I will just go in, and actually then I'll drop one of them actually, and then I'll invite Galatea to dance.
Mm-hmm. And you guys see as well that there's a small, where the band is as well, there's a small separate stage. Not stage, but there's a slightly elevated section near the band that's been set up. Standing atop it is a familiar fiery-haired half-nymph.
He gets around, doesn't he, Daxus?
and you watch as he begins rubbing his hands together, and as he pulls them apart, these it's almost like strings of light begin, that's constantly shedding sparks begin to come out. And then he starts sort of doing like a kind of like a make it rain motion, for lack of a better term. And each time he does it, a single missile of sparkling light shoots across the area. And once he has hundreds of them shooting out in all directions, he just drops what he's doing, and then he starts twirling his arms. And he starts doing these long flowing motions, and you watch as these hundreds of they're like the head of a sparkler, basically. But sort of separate of the actual stick of a sparkler, it seems to be burning entirely of their own accord, like it's like self-sustaining sparkler fire. But the hundreds of these just start shooting through and weaving in and out of the crowd. Not a single one ever actually, finding purchase on anyone's clothes or any of that effect. They somehow expertly are all weaving throughout, creating this ocean of dancing light.
I like this music.
You guys take to dancing, and I'm not going to make you guys roll anything for it. You dance You guys can tell me how long you choose to spend dancing.
Well, if we're not going to roll for it, it's, I guess the whole night.
Yeah, Eslin will be like super anxious at first, but then sort of like find the rhythm, and then just she'll be the last one on the dance floor as far as she's concerned now.
Yeah, likewise, but Joyce will go up a little bit earlier and then kind of encourage Eslin to come out too.
I would probably like to think I'd be the last one up, but I do not think I would have the capacity to do so. So if anything, I'm probably one of the first to be carried out, rather than one to leave of his own accord.
Alright. Well, as you guys come to the conclusion of the first song, everything quiets down, and all of a sudden the lights all stand perfectly still. In place. And on a separate elevation that sort of rises up almost of its own accord on a disc next to Daxos is a female centaur dressed in beautiful blue and white formal robes. She raises her voice, and almost as if, and out of nowhere, her voice booms out across the entirety of this field. And he says, "Welcome, citizens of Meletis, to this year's Amaranthia." No, actually, she should say welcome. Thank you for attending this year's Amaranthia. As High Counselor of this city, it is my great pleasure to preside over during our hardest times and during our best times as well. I feel this festival is one of the greatest encapsulations of what it means to be a Meletian. And to all our friends from out of city and abound at joining us for the festival, I truly feel that this festival above all is a symbol of unity. I offer my congratulations to all of the young couples who may have found each other as part of this procession, and I trust that everyone attending, whether through ceremony or of their own accord, has found the night's entertainment to be mirthful and joyous. I will say that I am almost entirely certain that you've had quite enough of my boring ramblings. So I'm going to skip all over that and simply end on a note saying, let the mirth continue! And there's And at that moment, Daxos flings his arms straight up, and every one of the little sparkling balls of light shoots up a mile or so before boom, 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 and the entire sky just erupts in fireworks.
Ooh. Ah. What age do you get to when you do that at fireworks? Because it's never come to me yet, and I'm very curious.
I don't know. I'm not. I don't really externalize my sense of wonder. Like I feel it, but I'm not one to show it
Ooh and
out.
ah,
So
yeah.
I
Like,
ooh
I
and ah
remember
on the
being like
inside.
5 and like going to like fireworks night, and then literally everyone would just be like, "Ooh, ah." It's never happened.
Me
Like,
neither. I'd have a big smile on my face, like even at like 5, I had like a big like shit-eating grin on my face and be like really happy, but I'm not necessarily vocal about that sort of thing.
Eslim
All right.
will be that one in the crowd.
As the fireworks sort of peter down, they begin to sort of, you know, the thing some fireworks do where they take shapes.
Mm.
They do that, but the shapes stay there, and they sort of form these kind of like constellations of the gods, and specifically of Amaranthe, and different other figures, a manticore, a dolphin, and they just spend all their time, and they just, as you guys continue to dance the night away, they play about in the sky.
Good job, Daxus!
He's very good at what he does, isn't he?
So proud.
Yeah, staggers for a moment, actually, but then regains his composure and just hops down from the pedestal that was not like he hops down from the platform that had elevated him and walks in a direction.
That was very well done. Are you tired? Do you need a drink?
Oh, he hasn't walked towards you guys.
Oh,
He's walking off.
so bye,
He-
fam.
He hasn't actually. He didn't actually see you guys. But yeah,
I would like to use thaumaturgy. Daxus!
he stops in his tracks and he turns around. He just like can't help but let out a laugh. And then makes his way towards you guys.
You look tired. Are you thirsty? Do you want a drink?
I wouldn't say no to one.
Well, Jason, Scatinius, should we go get him a drink? Amalia also. It needs to be a big.
Nope.
What? Why? Oh, good news. Or maybe bad news. Won't be going alone to Vishiros.
I thought you might not.
Did you grass on me?
I would never.
Insight check.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Zero's got like okay, 18 plus 4.
You telling the
22.
truth.
So he would never grass on me
He's telling
ever
the
in
truth.
his life. I will remember this. Yeah, so I guess we could come talk about what you wanted us to do tomorrow, but if it's not that illegal, we could maybe discuss it now.
Oh, I mean, like we can do it now, but there's kind of like a visual aspect to. There's a presentation slightly to get you all the details.
Fine, I will go and get you a drink though, and I'll scoot off and fly him around.
He just said, I couldn't possibly let you do that for me. Come on, let me get you guys.
No.
I hold up the like the mostly empty drink goblet thing that we want and go drink, and I'll kind of like try and shove the lip in its direction.
You're like, whoa. All right, I got it. You still have you have the. It was like a gallon jug of wine. So yeah, I'm assuming you guys haven't drunk that. Quick.
Not for lack of trying.
If you guys have already, yeah, okay. If you've been trying to drink that Scottinos, you're shit yourself drunk at this point.
Oh yeah, I
had,
fully
like,
expected
one or
that.
2 drinks, but then she does the mom thing where she just like goes on the dance floor and she's just like there all night and she doesn't need any booze anymore because she's filled with self-confidence.
So yeah, Daxos produces a personal drinking horn, just a plain drinking horn, and graciously accepts wine from the jug.
So,
Good
did you
vintage.
participate in the festival at all?
Really good.
I was too busy.
That's fair.
Who do you think made the tokens?
No, I know you made the tokens. You gave me one, remember?
No, not the bird tokens. He
Oh.
points at Scottinos. You participated, right? I remember catching and seeing you. The coins.
Ah,
Oh.
yeah, and I reached into my pocket, forgetting that I had to give it to like verify that I'd won, and so I don't have it. And I go, where is?
They're enchanted so that it's really hard to pick them up unless you're actually participating in the festival.
Oh, that's clever.
Because
Good
yeah,
job.
that was
And we saw you get attacked. Well, not attacked, but no, we saw you attack some students in the street. Friends of yours, I assume.
Actually, I'd never met them before. A couple days prior, they sought me out and they told me that they were looking to make a big show for their portion of the display, and I double checked with them that they understood exactly what I was about to throw at them, and they insisted that I give them a real challenge, and so I did.
So they willingly asked you to electrocute them.
Well, fireball, but yes.
These fools. These
These are-
fools.
Yeah, so other than that, I was mainly spent doing a few bits and bobs, like that art gallery tent,
Yes. Yeah.
Encha- enchanted to block out noise.
I also guess that you were the one responsible for some of the creatures at the haunted house.
The
Or the freak show?
the creatures themselves, no, I
The
may have been.
enchantments, yes.
Yes,
I may have
Again, I had to-
accidentally dispelled one of them. So, sorry?
they were only set to last 24 hours anyway.
Oh, that's fine then. Okay, cool. Well,
But
best
yeah,
get
when
back
you're
to...
oh, never mind. Yeah, enjoy your evening. I'm gonna go sit down and then might have a wander or something.
Cool. Have fun.
He raises his drinking horn and makes his way.
Evelyn instantly is like back up, like,
All right.
Yeah, I think I'd probably attempt to do something similar. Like, let's go, and I kind of like almost pretend like I sort of like lean back too far to go. Let's go, and then like
I
maybe
just, like-
completely
I
bound
just, like-
over.
just dragging him round like Weekend at Bernie's style.
Yep.
Well, actually, Galatea just picks you up like a rag doll and just brings.
I am happy to be a ragdoll at this point.
She whispers to you, "You better fucking be able to still keep it up at the end of the night."
What
Oh,
a
that's
funny-
that's a sobering thought.
Come to me if you need healing.
I'm trying to work out. What could I use? Could I use hemokinesis to fix that problem?
You could put.
Thoughts go into my head. I say, oh, maybe that can. That's it. And so I'm like being wheeled around, thinking about whether or not a spell can give him a reaction, and that's how I spend the rest of my night.
Does it work like that?
It is blood.
It is blood.
I will make you roll to avoid a clot.
Oh, it's risky.
Roll for how many inches it affects.
We'll see how the night goes.
It's not so much about inches, but you ever opened a banana by just squeezing it until it?
Oh no. Make a boner check.
Roll for roll for separating the Twinkie from its wrapper.
What about the Twinkie?
I
Very
don't
well.
think,
So-
I don't think I have anything that could help you either.
No. I am beyond help at this point, and that is fine.
At this point, I will say that you guys can. So the activities are still there.
for anyone who wishes to keep looking for anything or anything. Or you can also choose to keep dancing the night away. If you choose to just dance the night away, I will say that you guys, celebrate, and it's dancing, but it's very much any kind of dancing. It's wild dancing, so to speak. So a variety of music is played by this very expertly skilled band of satyrs, and you guys just disappear into a drunken stupor and bliss, and awake very late into the next morning. After, would you guys have made it back to Well, Scotinos, you would have been pretty much dragged by a muscle-bound woman into the forest, and she would have had her way with you.
Oh no!
Oh no, I hope I don't fall.
Yeah.
So yeah, does anyone wish to specifically state that they would like to do anything during the remainder of the festival?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm quite good just dancing away.
Yeah.
Alright. Would you guys have made it back to the inn?
Yeah, like I feel
yeah.
like Eslin would have had her 2 glasses of wine at the beginning and then just been like mom dancing the entire night.
Yeah, Jason wouldn't have been necessarily drinking that much, but he would have gotten lost in a lot of it and kind of flashbacks to like his herd and Perez and all that kind of stuff. So he would have been the sensible one of like, okay guys, we should probably start, like, once it starts clearing out, like start getting everyone back home.
And you guys do spot a few familiar faces throughout. Penelope, of her own accord, sets up and starts dancing. Molfadia, ever present. Aristophantus as well. He rocks up at one point, his arm's fully healed now. That same Saint Centaur as before, the one who introduced herself as the High Counselor. She rocks by at one point and trots by.
I'll probably dance with her.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh, okay.
Can he have guidance on that? As
No.
No,
why not?
16?
Alright. So, you don't get any vibes from her or anything like that. But she does, respond, like, amicably to your efforts to dance next to her. And so, you guys actually do a thing that, so there's a, specific kind of centaur-specific dance that's more akin to a bucking horse kind of thing.
Yes, okay, cool. Yeah. Nice.
But you guys have just that moment of shared culture.
Yeah.
And just engage that, and it's quite pleasant. And she, says, "Oh, my. Haven't, that was,
done that in a while? Yeah.
Well, most of my time is spent in stuffy council chambers. So, it's good to stretch the old legs."
Yeah, agreed. It's been a while since I was able to have a partner to dance with that with, so thank you for engaging in that with me.
What is your name?
Jason, ma'am. And yours?
Petty Sophia. High Counselor Petty Sophia.
Petty Sophia, what a beautiful name.
Petty Sophia. She chuckles. Jason, you actually have a flash of recollection at this point because, High Counselor Petty Sophia is the High Counselor of Melitis, as close to basically the de facto ruler of the. So you would know that Melitis specifically is ruled by a democratic council of 12. The head council of 12 is known as the High Counselor. So she is as close. So she's basically president of Melitis.
Okay, I just danced with the president. Nice.
She nods and says, "Good evening," and goes about to mingle with other people and just be one amongst the people.
She was cute.
Was she cute?
She's actually, there's no way to say this not suggestively, of a similar age to you, Jason. So she has a sort of definite beauty that's accentuated and defined by lines and age.
Understood.
She's a mummy.
A real Susan Sarandon.
Yeah. Nice.
Oof.
I think I just answered the president, but anyway. I'm saying that to myself, not to anyone else. I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Calliope, is there anything you specifically wish to accomplish?
Nope, absolutely not.
Fucking hate you. I hate you
I
so
did-
much.
I didn't mean it like that. I just meant in general.
Nope. I know, but no.
Aislinn many are like that.
I would also like dance with Calliope, Amalia, and yeah, like I would like do a one-on-one with them as well. Nothing major.
Amalia at one point who's had a few too many just leaps up onto your back and says, "Horsey! Horsey!"
Okay. When that happens, that's when I'll start. Okay, I think it's time for us to go home.
Oh, you're no fun.
Oh, come on! Wait, hold on a second.
She like blows a raspberry at you.
Okay, come on, Nasina, let's go.
But she does let you steer her back home, and yeah, it's very late by the time you all make your way back to the inn. Fortunately, there's still rooms available, I'll say, just because I can't be bothered role-playing a whole thing of you guys trying to find to place the bed down. So mark off another 5 silver pieces for each room.
Yep.
Let me just go ahead and switch that off. I think that's looped 3 times now. And you guys awaken very late into the next morning, enjoying the benefits of a long rest, quite hungover, but having had a very lovely time at the festival. And that's where we're going to take a break, because I haven't actually had dinner yet. Are we okay to reconvene in 15 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Thank you very
Coffee
much.
time.
Thank you to anyone in Twitch chat who is stuck with us. I'm going to switch to the Be Right Back screen, and I'm going to go get my food. Back. Yes, we are back. You guys come to, very hungover, but very happy. You have participated in the Militia Namaranthia.
Bloody hell.
Appropriate.
How are we all feeling?
I'm fine.
Me too.
Oh my god.
Calliope, are you okay?
Calliope's fine. I'm not.
I feel like Calliope might have had too much to drink last night.
Have you tried holding your breath?
Have you tried drinking water upside down?
Have you tried sleeping with Daxos?
Yes, I hear that fixes a number of ills.
Uh-huh. Shut up, Mom. No, I think they're gone.
Okay. And how are you, Scotinas? Are you
Is he back? Is he back?
What?
Yeah. Do we need to go and find him?
in 2 pieces on the ground?
Can you walk?
That's a very good question. Can I
Is he
walk?
forward with a wheelchair?
I feel like I've been drained
Your legs
in ways
feel
that
like-
I've never been drained before.
Your legs feel like jelly, but you can barely walk.
Snooze.
Well, that was certainly fun. Does anybody need healing?
That's
about
the point. Where did I spend the night? Because I've only got 1 silver left. So did I end up at a room that Galateos had?
She just slept in the forest.
Then I probably would have had to do the same.
Cool, yeah.
Because I've only got 1 silver. So I'd probably come back to the tavern, and even worse for wear. Like I've got like twigs and like stuff, just like.
Do you want to borrow 10 gold? Like, it's not a problem.
Well, I'm sure we will earn plenty in whatever we're doing next.
We might not, depending on what we have to do for Daxus, and I don't think I can offer you any reward. My family might be able to. They're pretty rich. I mean, I'm technically pretty rich, but I don't really have access to it, I guess.
Gold is meaningless. The only true currency is wine.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I think my dad's very much into wine.
Then
So-
I am sure to be rich.
Mm,
However, everyone else that we come across may prefer gold.
I
true.
mean, you can buy wine with gold, so
I know, fools.
True. Well, I guess take it easy. Head over to the Crucible. Wait for Daxus's PowerPoint presentation.
Keynote.
It's just like just in a big like forge, just a big sign that just says timeshare. Oh god.
All right, so you guys, where are you heading? Sorry.
Crucible.
Okay.
Axels.
You make your way easy enough to the Crucible, and see Daxos just this time he's just sort of sitting lazily in his chair, and he's like reading a book.
Honey, we're home.
Hey, how you guys feeling?
Fine, actually. My legs are a little tired from dancing so much, but
I was more referring to 8 points at Scotinos. Just
I
specifically.
I have joints that hurt in places that I didn't know they could.
Attaboy.
I didn't know people had joints there.
Nor
Is
did
that
I.
Is
I
that a
do now.
Theta thing?
It's either that or a result of last night. I'm not quite sure. I might need to take up some, a secondary profession in contortionism, just for my own health. Anyway, hello.
Hi. So I suppose you guys are all eager to know what's up.
Yeah. What's worth 900 gold?
He reaches behind the counter and he pulls out about a foot tall and half a foot wide a very beautiful ornate vase. And he sets it on the ground. About 3 or 4 days ago, a woman came into the shop looking to sell this. She seemed in a hurry. I gave her a fair price, and that was that. Then I took a second look at it. Take a
Is it
look.
cursed?
Take a look at it.
What do we
Okay.
see?
You see on the vase a beautifully painted depiction. It shows 6 hoplites that bear the symbol of a lantern on their shields. In the picture, they're depicted carrying a body into a cave. The body is completely covered by a shroud, which, as you look closely, seems to have a wreath placed on top of it.
Hmm.
Does the vase, coffin, drawing, or anything else bear any form of insignia or writing?
Make a perception check. Investigation check, sorry. Make an investigation check. And yeah, so...
Six.
So bad.
I'm trying to get which vase? Am I looking at?
you don't see any additional writings, but you are sort of referred back to, you do sort of linger a moment on the symbol of a lantern, which, for context, it's like, so the best way it can be described is a circle that has a series of swirls attached to it, almost sort of slightly, the 4 of them specifically, kind of like if you took a 6 and a 9 and put them together like this,
Okay.
and then put another 2 and then put them that way.
Oh, okay.
A treasure of some kind, or a dead body? I don't know. I don't know what you're getting at.
This is depicting, he sort of points, that wreath placed on the shroud indicates the burial of royalty. This is meant to depict the laying to rest of a king of Olanton.
Well, do we know if that's a big deal or not?
You would know that Olanton was a polis on par with Meletis Anakros and Cetessa in terms of grandeur and royalty, in some ways even more so, for they were the pinnacle of magic and arcanum, even more so than Meletis. Legend has it that when Heliod fled after his battle with Purphoros, the sky grew dark. In order to, allow their crops to still grow, the Olanton people conjured their own sun and summoned it into the sky in order to keep the land alive. When Heliod returned and saw this imitation, he was so angered and offended that he smote the entire city into the waves.
Toxic masculinity, nice.
So,
I realised that gods had a one penis policy.
Olanton is a legendary city of arcanum and mystery that has long since been deemed lost beneath the waves of the Siren Sea.
Ah.
Oh.
That's convenient.
We love convenience.
Mm.
So, you want us to
Well, sorry,
find...
out of character, what's convenient?
Well, we're going under the sea anyway. That's the level of convenience I've got. Is that this is also underwater.
So, undersea adventure. Nice.
Not exactly.
That's... Oh.
People know the approximate location of Olanton, as in the ruins at least, but few dare make that kind of dive. Lot of nasty shit out there.
Indeed.
Leviathans and whatnot. But anywho, specifically what I'm referring to here is take a closer look. Look at the cave.
I'll take a look at the cave then.
Make an intelligence check.
Oh no. Oh, 20.
Oh.
Something had struck you as off about the depiction of the cave. And then it hits you. Where one might expect a depiction of a cave to be sort of like a natural hole formation in sort of smoother rock, this cave is drawn more like a loose collection of stones stacked on top of each other.
Okay. I shall say that, but I don't know what that means.
Look at the plants as well. Recognize the flower? And you do see, looking up on closer, there's little flowers painted amongst the rocks of the cave. They look almost like wheat stalks that have bulbous, bell-shaped flowers forming the segments of the said wheat stalk.
Is it henbane?
No, I checked with Penelope. That's definitely meant to depict sideritis, or ironwort as it's more commonly called. And look at this. He points to the bottom right of the image behind the depicted procession. The wave patterns. Wherever this is near a coast. Now, alone, these little details could mean many places. But there's only one place near the sea with those kinds of rocks where sideritis grows. The island of Iska.
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 Have we heard
He's
of
gonna
Iska
explain it
before?
more to us, I'm afraid.
Anyone who wants to can make a history check.
Believe it or not, 20 again.
No fucking way.
Nice.
Actually,
These are my cursed dice as well.
Actually, Esden, with your background, that would actually be appropriate. Give me a minute, sorry. Crap, where did I write this?
And you know what? They're the ones with my little seashell in, so it's very appropriate.
Oh.
I
Okay.
watched them.
So,
You know of the Isle of Iska, Aslan, through trade with your family specifically. Iska came to prominence centuries ago. It was first settled by a Milesian noble who originally landed upon the island looking for precious metals. What he found, however, was immensely more valuable. The noble, a man by the name of Phaedon, discovered a species of snail on the island whose mucus produces natural, vibrant purple pigment.
Oh.
Realized quickly what he was sitting on and ordered his men to reprioritize. So within, a few short years, he had basically set up an entire operation of studying. He studied how to farm and therefore refine this special mucus and therefore pigment. And once he was able to do so, quickly began exporting it from his operation. And it was such a novelty, people were clamoring for it. And purple is still seen, especially this kind of purple, particularly Felerian purple, as an incredible luxury. It's a very expensive pigment. So as a result, with the incredible riches he was able to reap from it, he essentially colonized the island and founded his own nation, sort of nation, city-state upon the island. He built two great cities upon the island, the predominant one known as Falero, and he ruled as its king until his eventual passing, and then his son inherited the throne, and so on.
All right, I will relay that as best I can. Would I happen to know whether outside travelers are welcome in this area, or whether you have to have like an invite or something? If it's like a sort of, because I imagine anybody could basically come up and be like, "Oh, snails!" Like if they're not kept.
So the actual, actually, just trying to think, would you know that information? I guess make. Actually, with a 20, I'll say as far as you're aware, particularly because your family have sort of ventured there before. It's not barred or anything. You would be aware that the snail pools themselves, or basically the rock pools where the snails are farmed, are very closely guarded.
Okay.
And sort of they're no secret, but they are an aside of the actual city of South Falero in itself.
All right. Okay. Cool.
So it's you wouldn't be barred from entry simply approaching. You may be asked what your business is, like any other place, but it's no stricter than Meletis or Arcros in terms of entry.
Right. So.
Right. The bad news is I wouldn't know exactly where on this island the whatever this tomb is.
Is it a particularly big island? Like, is it massive or like?
Is Aslan asking Daxos, or are you trying to remember?
I'm asking you as a DM to try and like.
It's not an enormous island by any stretch. It's about. Just trying to surmise it.
So it's not like trying to swim around the UK and be like.
No. It's about 6 square miles.
Oh, well, yeah, not too bad.
The fact that I did some research as well, so the fact that it's never been discovered before means that it's most likely well hidden. Olanton disappeared off the surface of the map a while ago.
Yeah, I don't doubt.
Yeah, so just to elaborate, what he means by that is the city. It's not like it's sunk recently. This was in.
It's Atlantis.
Yeah, it's Atlantis. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, you'll have your work cut out for you.
I don't suppose you have a way to enable some of us to breathe underwater for longer than, say, the equivalent of a potion to allow us to do this successfully.
Roll a straight Oh, you want it for free?
We'll return it afterwards.
We don't need it for the.
He looks at you and
purpose.
says, "Will you?"
Yeah, I promise. Promise.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, come on, give me another one.
Unless we all
19.
Oh my
19.
God.
It's not quite a 20.
The game wants you to
Um,
have this.
It does. It's 19, and my persuasion is a +5.
That'll do it. All right. I don't even know necessarily. So you said you wanted something that can help you breathe underwater. That was the request.
But not me, these lovely people.
Okay.
Basically, like
Basically, he's continues going, well, if we want to go to Atlantis, we need to be able to breathe, and a potion won't kind of cut it.
I mean,
So-
and also, if you don't mind if we borrowed this when we went to Shiras, we'll return it when we are back in Melitis.
Okay, so now that has been said, I was going to just not mention that bit at all, but never mind.
We're not going to lie to him, he's our friend.
That's fair. Yeah, true.
Okay, that was a really high persuasion check. I'm gonna roll a d6. On a 5 or a 6, he has something that specifically can breathe underwater. 3. Like, if it had been a more general thing, I could have had some leeway, but breathing underwater is a really specific thing, and it would be a little convenient for my taste if he just happened to have something like that
I
lying
agree.
around.
I thought it was worth
it's worth a shot.
it was a specific need that we had, so I thought it was worth
Yeah.
asking. Alright, cool.
I can make something if you give me some time, but I need like a week. Breathing underwater is no small thing.
I think we could probably wait a week. Probably.
Mm,
I
Okay.
don't want anybody to drown.
Here's what I can do for you, though, if it helps. You have ways of locating through magic, correct?
If I have blood of what I'm tracking, then yes.
What about objects?
I can locate an object.
Splendid. If this is indeed a King of Volantin, he would have been buried with one of these. And he takes out a cushion that has a glass bubble over the top. Borrowed this from one of the exhibits. And you see a very beautiful golden olive leaf wreath that all throughout has these little shells woven into it.
Pretty. Does it do anything special?
No, but it's pretty unique. So
You could use it to look for similar things of
Yes.
exactly that.
I said
sort of-
you've seen one of these before, so you could look for one that's like it.
No, it's pretty cool. Yes, I should be able to. Yep, I've got it memorized.
There is also something you should know.
Is it guarded by a kraken?
No,
2 krakens.
5 krakens.
there are no krakens. However, how familiar are you guys with recent Iskan history?
No.
I've slept since then.
During 20 or so years ago, when the Assyrians invaded, they made landfall on.
They what?
Calliope just hates Daxter so much that she just puts her hand on some of the stuff in the store and just pushes it over.
I like to think she just wasn't paying attention and she's just looking at something and just like...
Yeah, it's just
What? Isn't that the, like, from Pirates of the Caribbean, when he's just, like, playing with the lighters and just...
yeah, it just
Sorry.
As I was saying, when the Heserians invaded, they made landfall on the island's western side. The inhabitants were forced to the east. Though they were able to beat back the Heserian hordes, there was sorry, I lost my place. The Heserians brought with them a race of creatures they used as expendable foot soldiers that they referred to as gnolls. While the Valerian people were able to beat back the Heserian hordes, a sizable portion of surviving gnolls escaped death by tunneling into the caverns below the island. Since then, it's been almost like a rat infestation. It's been basically impossible to eradicate them. The entire western side of the island is a write-off from a civilizational perspective. The gnolls turned it into an arid badland. They stripped it of all vegetation to build a rickety city fortress. The polis that was on that side of the island is now a ruin. So, there's definitely one half of the island where you gotta watch your step a bit more.
Well, maybe the local people might want to take back that part of the island. Might be worth asking if anyone wants to, I don't know, go on a quest of great valor and eradicate the evil gnolls of that part of the island.
It's worth a shot. But yeah, in summation, if you are able to travel to this island, find this tomb, and recover anything of value that is inside it and have it sent to me or bring it to me, I'll call it even.
Everything of value?
Why don't we see what we find and then revisit that conversation?
Right. Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay. I don't suppose we could arrange a pickup or something, because I need to get to the Vishuras, and should things go wrong in Vishuras, I want to make sure that you're paid off.
That's I'll send a few messages out. I'll have someone speak to you once you're there.
Yeah, okay, fabulous. Thanks, Texas.
Do you have men for your ship?
No.
We have the equivalent of 5 in the form of one individual.
I can provide men to man the ship as well, but that would probably affect what you get to keep, if anything.
We'll make sure that you get your money, Daxus.
I'm just joshing.
Do we need to feed them as well? Or would they feed themselves?
With what?
I mean, I have create food and water, so I can create food and water, but those are also, like, very higher level spells, and to be honest, like, they might be better used for keeping us alive, or, like, out of the mouths of gnolls, or, you know, like, other things, maybe fighting an evil shark queen.
I will see to it that, if you give it a couple hours, I'll see to it that the ship is fully supplied with food. And
you're the best.
I know. And he shrugs. But yeah, should all be ready to go in a few hours or so. Once that's said and done, you should be able to go ahead and make your way.
Wonderful. So a week for the charms, necklaces, brooches. What do you fancy making for the water breathing?
Sorry, say that again? Like
he said that he'd make us
Yeah. I could probably do it in about a week if I double timed.
Well, us being alive them being alive would certainly help me get what we need.
Do you not have the ability to magically let them breathe underwater?
No, I am not yet level 6.
What's that? Very confusing. I'm gonna go and find my bed that I was sleeping on.
Okay, I'll step
Gonna
outside
go
the game. I'll step outside the game for a moment and say that you guys are going to level up at the end of the session. So if that informs your decisions accordingly now.
Right, let me just check because I think it is level 6, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to level up my character preemptively. I will not be using any spells. Bear with me. Are you aware of making history? This is the first murder trial of a brand new nation in the middle.
Smooth, nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. It's like watching the Disney Plus version. So great.
Yo, what's this dice roll groups? I've never seen that before.
Need magic.
That's cool. You don't get anything at level 6, do you? It's just normal.
Oh, I do. I do.
Oh, no, look.
I can.
Yeah, but you don't get like a feat or anything like that.
Oh, I've got something better. And I'm quite happy with it. La 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 la.
No, I don't get it.
Why is it saying ability scores? What? Oh, that's because I've got your ability.
I think it's a 4th level spell.
Oof.
I've got water walk, but I don't have water breathing.
Water walk isn't going to do anything for us. That's actually going to be the opposite of what we want.
Yeah, I know.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I don't have it.
Okay. Is there any way we could go to like get maybe a spell scroll or something?
But that would only last a certain amount of time.
Scrolls would take me less time. I can make those too.
We need longer than hours. We need something consistent.
I can
They'll die.
I can do permanent. It would take me a week.
A week is fine. Let me just double check. What levels do clerics get water breathing? Oh, maybe I don't get it. It says it's a 3rd level spell.
It should say at the bottom.
Of what class it is, yeah.
Yeah, no, druid, sorcerer, ranger, wizard, circular land, and artificer.
Oh, so you would need to take a feat then, maybe.
Yeah.
Either that or Scotty.
Yeah, one of the spellcasters might be able to take a magic initiate feat at 6.
Well, Scotty's a sorcerer. Sorcerer is one of the ones that can take it.
Oh, yes.
I have a specific sorcerer's. My sorcerer's origin feature has already come into play.
Yeah.
So no, unfortunately not.
And a bard can't take it, can they?
A bard can take it because a bard can take a spell from any class or school.
Yeah, I'm just checking now. Bear with.
Oh, I can learn one spell and I can swap out.
Let's have a look. Sorry. Water breathing. 3rd level transmutation ritual. It doesn't say which. Here we go. Druid, Ranger, Sorcerer, Wizard, Circle of the Land, Coast, Artificer. So Calliope could take it if she's at the stage where she gets the spells from any. Let me double check when that is.
Yeah, I think I am. What is it called exactly?
It's level 10, sorry, Magical Secrets. At 10th level, you choose 2 spells from any classes, including this one.
Okay.
Oh.
So, sorry, that's level 10.
Huh.
So what we have learned is that we cannot do it.
For now.
Yeah, I mean, we can wait a week,
I can do a rush job, but there might be some side effects.
No, I don't want anybody. I don't want anybody drowning. It's not worth it.
I think the side effects underwater.
Not those kinds of side effects, but funkier side effects.
Gills. I would love gills. I don't think I would love gills. Depends. Would my lungs still exist?
Eslyn's just gonna look at you in
Disgust.
disgusting.
Disgusting.
It was one of you.
I'm just going to say this will take the opportunity to excuse himself, and he's going to look for down here to determine whether or not she is actually joining us on our trip as well.
Okay. So we'll get that out of the way quickly. Make a singular persuasion check.
Who?
Skotinos.
I thought it was about to roll a 1, but then it flipped to 19. I'm so happy.
Nice.
I would like to insight
so
check that
plus-
statement.
Print screen, and I shall paste that into Discord for you.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
No, it's okay. I'm absolutely fine to do that.
All right. I will confess that I did actually build a stat block for Galatea in preparation to this.
Hey.
I am happy. She has a challenge rating of 1/2 because I'm going to be using the I tweaked around some numbers and abilities on the orc stat block and basically just used that one.
Nice.
I'll send you her stat block in a moment. But if we wish to use the sidekick rules from Tasha's Cauldron of Anything, I would allow that.
I'm not familiar with the cycle, so I've had to look into that. But yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Bear in mind, you are responsible for her saving throws and for the guilt you feel when she dies.
It basically makes her a secondary character for you to play.
Okay, fine.
I will boost her AC constantly if you choose to take her with us.
Well, that's the thing is like my action economy is already super crazy.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So with that persuasion check, I will say that she will offer to come with you as a rower.
Yeah, that's
we
fair.
can
That helps, at least.
we can revisit.
I mean, I think that was my main focus was
Yeah.
to put her in terms of the or even it's always good to have someone that's not necessarily chanting, but someone that's a good leader for the rest of the Orman to watch and go, well, this is how it's done properly.
Oh yeah, we still need to assign ourselves our role on our ship.
Yeah, cool.
She will also she'll probably say on the condition that you help her further her hunt.
As a fellow daughter of Nelia, that is absolutely understandable and reasonable.
Very well. So
Your
she
character art does not look like a hunter of Nelia, I'll be honest.
I mean, I don't follow Nelia, but hunting in the name of Nelia is a great way to
Get what you need.
Get money.
Yeah, and other things.
Yeah.
Very well.
Blood.
There we go.
So, in the interest of expediency, you guys have a week. Does anyone wish to do anything specific during that time?
I will send a few sending spells across to my brothers and stuff like that, just to double check whether we are walking into a trap.
Okay. Well, what is your wording of your spells? Oh.
Hi, Eslyn here. How are you? Is everything good? Kodos said plague gone?
Plague is gone. Shark Queen brought cure.
Is Shark Queen evil? Look evil? Be evil? Are you safe?
Look
Can I
evil?
take her?
Look evil? That's pretty racist, Eslyn.
She'll go to bed, wake up the next day. Look here, not racist, just saying. suspicious, right? Surely, you get me, bro.
Sorry. Just try not to laugh. She saved our lives. She saved your son. She watches over our city now.
Oh.
She protects us.
Is she expecting me? I bet she is. Right?
I don't know that she knows who you are.
Go to sleep, wake up next day, she will. And that's it.
Oh.
Very
Good
well.
news, everyone. So getting up to, so to confirm, reaching Satyr Sorcerer level 6 gives me one more spell that I can learn, and a third level spell that exists as a sorcerer is Water Breathing, that has a duration of 24 hours. And its spell grants up to 10 willing creatures you see that are within range the ability to breathe. So we're good. Only just like this is going, I get a spell, and it's there. So we're actually good.
I'm picturing
So-
Daxos, like
Yeah.
Sheldon when he's got the roommate agreement, he just redrops.
Just throws it in the air.
To be fair, though, high-level spell slot might be worth waiting the extra 4 days.
Totally worth getting a secondary version of it so we can use
Yeah.
it just in case.
Well, also my spell can, like, I can. Swap
I'll just say
spells
as well,
out. When I
just-
level up, I can swap out my spells. So
I'll
it just
just
means I'm
say
stuck with
is-
the spell for the time being.
I'll
That's
just
fine.
say as well, just in case there was a misunderstanding, and retroactively say that Daxos would have specified this ahead of time, he can make it indefinite water breathing for one person on an item. He can't make something that can make all of you breathe underwater indefinitely for.
At least if we give it to Scotinos, then at least if, I don't know, his spell breaks, he can recast it.
Yeah.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Having a backup for the main person to be able to use it is always going to be helpful for us.
Yeah, and if worse comes to worse, hopefully I can cast Water Walk on you and you'll just sort of like
Shoot to the air.
rupture your eardrums as you head up.
Yeah.
So, also, we have a boat and a crew, and
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll just double check
I
as well before we get into that. Does anyone wish to do anything else during that week?
Yeah, so I've got proficiency with cartographers' tools and stuff. Is there any way that I could maybe look up some stuff and maybe get like maps of where we're expected to go? Obviously, I know this is a land that this is a place that basically is lost. But is there any way of like
It actually, go ahead and make a investigation check.
investigation? Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, give me good.
This is specifically if you wish to source potentially like any information on the island, like in terms of
Okay,
like
that-
written down.
Okay, that's a 16.
All right, yeah, easy enough. It wasn't a terribly high DC because it isn't actually lost per se. It's an independent city-state that's just a bit smaller now than it used to be due to the loss of territory, i.e., half of their island. But the part that is still under the control of the Falerians is still
right.
closely guarded, and they've been able to hold back at the very least the hordes of gnolls, and they still frequently trade with Akros and Meltis and all the other polis on a regular basis. With that
Okay.
DC, you are able to pull up someone who was able to provide for you for a gold piece, a up-to-date map of the city. Oh,
Perfect.
sorry,
That's
up-to-date map of the island.
perfect. That's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask if I could recreate it and then at least kind of know some little places that we could go when we arrive.
I mean, they're able to sell it to you for a gold piece.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I'll do that then. Boop.
All right, so I will throw that. Let me just double check. I didn't forget to take anything off the island that isn't. No, yeah, you're fine. This was the the people-facing one.
Lovely.
Cool. So, yeah, your DM came prepared.
Hey. Can I get a disguise kit and maybe try and find someone to teach me how to do basic hull repairs since I'll be able to go underneath the water?
That's easy enough to do. There are a series of bosuns that are stationed within the city, shipwrights and whatnot. Let me just double check the rules for learning a skill. I'm going to use the revised ones because the other ones are like a little too realistic.
10 weeks.
Yeah.
4 years to become proficient.
Well, no, the revised one is 10 weeks. The other one is, yeah, it's like 4 years, isn't it?
Oh no.
Sorry, anyone who's in chat, bear with me 1 second. Yeah, no, there was like a thing, because variant training, I think that was the one. Oh, God. Oh, no, was that in, I think I remember having this exact conversation with Loki, so let me reopen Discord. Sorry, guys, feel free to talk amongst yourselves. I'll actually tell you, while I'm looking that up, I'll double check. Calliope, do you wish to do anything?
Nothing I can think of right now.
Very well. We can say as well, within reason, that if you guys think of something later, we can talk about it off camera retroactively.
Cool.
Bear with 1 moment. Here we go. Oh, yeah, it was in Xanathar's Guide to Everything. They revised the way to learn downtime activities, buying a magic item price, check total, lower class, middle class, crafting an item, magic item ingredients. Ugh, Jesus. Training. Here we go. Okay, so 10 work weeks, but this time is reduced by a number of work weeks equal to the character's intelligence modifier.
0.
All right, so you could begin your first work week of bosun skill training, which would cost you 25 gold pieces for that 1 work week.
That'll be
Every time
250 total by the end of it.
I'm gonna.
is it particularly like I'm more thinking about like very much emergency repair, as in like, you know, like there's a hole in the ship, you put wood on it.
That's why. Okay, so that's why I'm still having you sort of do this training if you want, because
Right.
you'll
Yeah,
be able
yeah,
to
yeah.
do patchwork.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I'll
you
do it.
have limit. So right now, so you can just make a note somewhere. Limited carpentry training. So you will know enough now to do limited repairs on the boat.
Already.
There will be checks involved, and there is a chance of causing more damage.
Could I possibly use the mending spell as well? Because I have that.
That may lower the DC during checks.
Alright,
But
okay,
we
cool.
have to visit that then.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, mending is like, cracks in pottery, not the side of a ship.
When I'm a very powerful cleric. When?
Very well. It comes to the end of a week, and you swing by the crucible again, and Daxos greets you and presents you with this. He holds it up and says, "This is a loan. Look at me." Oh, no, he doesn't say that. What he does say is, fortunately, I had designs for something like this already whipped up because these are actually commonly used by various members of the Milesian Navy. And he holds out a very well-made cloak. that when he sort of unfurls it, has these two long sections of the hood that almost look like stalks. And the way the cloak is shaped and draped, Aslan, specifically to you, reminds you of a stingray.
Very cool. Good job.
This'll let you, well, when you pull the hood up, which takes about 6 seconds to do in order to put it properly in place, somewhat, in other terms, an action, you can breathe underwater and you'll be able to swim 60 feet every 6 seconds.
Oh, that's more powerful than we were expecting, I think. And at the end of it, if we should decide that we love it so much, how much would something like this cost?
700.
Oh, that's more reasonable than I thought it was going to be fair.
Out of character, it's an uncommon item. I'm surprised as
Oh.
you, but it is an uncommon item.
Ah.
Well, Scatinas,
Actually, I just
try
realized
to emphasize.
I just realized it's not an attunement, so I'm going to actually say 1,000. Because I just checked, it's not an attune. This is a pre-existing item from the basic rules, and it's not an attunement.
Crikey. Oh. Well.
I think that's fair. Come on.
Yeah, no, that's fine. No, I will try and. I mean, to be honest, it's a loan anyway.
Cool. Yeah, Scotinos, you can go ahead and add a Cloak of the Manta Ray to your inventory.
It should already appear on this, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Cloak of the Manta Ray.
Yeah, it's not something I homebrewed or anything like that. It is part of the.
No, I
basic
recognise
rules.
it. Yeah. All right, I pop it on and give it a swish.
I think there's a trough a couple blocks away if you want to test it out.
I look into it and go, I mean, I'd love to know whether or not you can breathe through wine. That's the true test. But I will reach down to the trough and I will.
Try not to stain it if he's going to, need it back.
It works. It works.
Is it also stained purple now?
It's a magic item. It doesn't stain.
Ah!
Oh wait, did you try to do it in the wine?
No, I'm
Okay,
doing it
good.
in the water.
Okay, good. Yeah, so he basically just points to the, I guess, the barrel where he quenches metal.
Ew, grimy.
It's probably, actually, I don't know for certain, but it might actually be quite sterile, because it's super heated all the time.
Probably have to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a weird tang to it. It works. So, give it another
Thank you,
swish.
Daxus.
Hope it helps. And,
It more than helps.
I know you're probably gonna go into some less than safe situations, so I'll just say good luck.
Just to confirm, it does still go over my head successfully with horns.
Yeah, it's kind of
Okay.
like you know, on you it kind of looks like Ahsoka's hood.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, if everything doesn't go particularly swimmingly, you have my will right there. And
I'm
I
sure
can
you'll knock
always
it out of
send
the
you a
park.
message if everything is, going bad, and I'll say bye. Although it will be fragmented. You've had my sending messages before.
That sounds positively grim.
A little bit, yeah.
Hi, I'm about to die. Goodbye.
No, I imagine it would be more like, hi, Daxus. Everything went terribly.
Here's the body of Calliope.
Love you, bye.
Daxus just looks at you, Jason, like, ugh. That's fucked up, man.
That was Alex, but sure, we'll let Jason say it.
Oh, sorry.
um,
Well,
if we're going by this whole week thing as well, can I buy a shield?
yes, you can.
Just take with me, sweet.
Mark off whatever it costs at CBA, looking it up.
No, I think it's only like 10 or 15, so I'll mark it off later.
Yeah. Daxos is like, any preferences on the design?
You know what? I'm kind of gonna want to go back to his fighter warrior route. So anything that kind of is very typical of like, you know how like the Spartan shield design in 300, that kind of very simple, but with the kind of arrow triangle thing, something similar to that.
Oh yeah. But he basically you give him free reign.
Yeah, so total free reign. It's not like I don't want it enchanted or anything. It's just basically a metal shield.
Just in terms of the design.
Oh yeah. Like go. Daxos is the man of flair. I tell him to go nuts. If it's a pig, though, anything that isn't a pig,
go nuts. Eh?
Pig with wings.
No pig with wings. I give him a wink and say I wouldn't be mad about a lightning bolt, though.
I'm just looking. I quickly googled Greek shield. I wonder, I don't know if I can't find anyone with thunderbolts.
Effectively, I am thinking like just a simple Spartan shield or something of that nature. Just like circle, very like either brass or something tough, something that would just basically look better.
So he does stretch a section of leather over the front of the bronze of the shield, and is able to basically depict on it a long bestial creature with a enormous stinger on its tail.
Okay.
Pointed, great big wings, and 3 heads: that of a goat, that of a dragon, and that of a lion.
Okay.
It's a chimera. He stuck a chimera on the front of the shield.
Nice.
So it's like a black silhouette, but it's very clearly a chimera.
Yeah. Nice.
Can't go wrong with a chimera.
You can't go wrong with the chimera. High five. Yeah.
Did you just high five yourself?
I got very excited. I'm sorry.
No, I wish I had your self-confidence.
Okay, sweet. I'll mark that off then now, and I'll add that to my inventory.
And he turns to you, Aslan, says, and you know where you can find me if you know how to reach me if you need counsel or anything like that. At least I can do.
Yeah, send in. Although I did send you a message once, and I wonder if you got it. We were being attacked by a cat.
I didn't hear anything.
Oh.
You're being attacked by a cat.
Yeah, we were shrunk down to the size of a cockroach.
It was a big cat.
And then we were like in a kitchen.
Shrunk down to the size of a cockroach.
Yeah, and then there was like a big pot of stew, and then like this big angry cat, and then I bought in loads of fish, and it got really fat, and now I'm known as a crazy cat lady of Melodies, which is a title I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life.
Circling back to the message. If you were shrunk down in that kind of way, that kind of magic can fuck with that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I didn't hear anything. I'm sorry. I would have come.
No, of course you would. Yeah. So I don't know if he'll get killed by Knowles or the Shark Queen, but if I die, it's not going to be in my will. So go kill the Shark Queen for me, thank you.
I promise I will kill the Shark Queen if it means avenging you. Says with a sincere but also bemused chuckle.
Sorry to keep adding things like this. I'm just looking around, looking on my stuff.
You've got a week.
I've got studded leather, which I'm not using.
Yep.
Is there any way I could get Daxos to like refit it to maybe fit Calliope and hand it to her?
Why did you get studded leather?
It was one of the ones which we had like just from before, and this is when we were changing the it was, I think it was like one of my starting
Because you had a
things.
breastplate as well, didn't you?
Well, that's so I had a breastplate, but the starting equipment, I think it came up with studded leather as just like an option because I picked soldier. I think it was one of the things that came up. I don't know. I just have studded leather on me, and I don't know where it came from, and I haven't used it. So it's been there since we started
Because
playing.
it's weird that your starting equipment would include 2 sets of armor. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of that. Just trying to figure that out.
Well, that's the thing because when I started, we started like I started mid-level, so I didn't have normal starting equipment. I don't think when I started originally. Basically, we can take it off now and not have it, which I'm fine with. But I have got studded leather, which I'm not using.
Did you have the rest of the soldier's starting equipment, like the pack of cards or that sort of thing?
I think so because I think the rest of the stuff that I've got is just normal. Is just normal standard stuff. So I've got like torches, rope, rations, mess kit, all of that stuff. Yeah.
Well, you had the breastplate, and as far as I'm aware, there's no combination of backgrounds and classes that gives you 2 sets of armor to start off with.
No.
Let me double check the soldier background, just in case I'm mistaken.
Because I know the soldier gives me land vehicles. I think a set of cards, like a card set or a chest set.
Here you go, soldier background. Soldier. That'd be a big thing if you got 3 studded leather armor.
But that's the reason why I asked, because it's just like I have it, but I've never used it. Because before I had a breastplate, and then obviously we moved to splint.
Do you have a trophy taken from an enemy?
Let me have a look at my background.
Because I think that's where.
But that would be just like a piece.
That would just be like a finger or something.
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
I'm wondering if you inadvertently selected studded leather as like armor taken off of a foe, and then we forgot about it. That's okay. I'm gonna say that if you had the breastplate, which we know you did, then you wouldn't have had studded leather. Sorry.
Cool. That's absolutely fine.
He does have studded leather available for purchase.
That was my second option. I was going to say, can I buy some studded leather for Calliope?
Yes.
Because I think that would up her AC by 2.
I mean, if she's choosing to do throwing daggers, maybe a shield would be cheaper. And then it puts it up by 2 too.
Can bards use shields?
But I'm also thinking just in the sense of if, because a shield obviously means you have one hand free, and if she's using like bows and stuff like that, she'll need both her hands free.
Yeah. I think the daggers was just a phase.
I don't think they use shields.
I don't think they have a proficiency with shield either.
Yeah, I think the daggers was just a phase. I'm sure she's going to.
No. Have you met me?
Speaking to the woman who's got a knife on her arm.
It's a dagger.
What's the difference between a dagger and a knife?
A dagger is
a lot pointier and a lot prettier. And most times a lot sharper.
I'd imagine a knife is primarily used for slicing, whereas a dagger is used for stabbing.
A knife is a tool, a dagger is a weapon.
Weapon, yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, so he has studded leather available for purchase, 45 gold pieces.
Sweet, cool. I'll add that, and Calliope, you have studded leather now.
Oh, thank you. Is that equipment? Yeah.
It's not a huge buff, but it's hopefully big enough.
Oh, dude, no. Anything at this point.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question for you, Calliope.
Yeah.
The studded leather that Daxos has available would come in 3 varieties.
Oh, no.
Modeled after... The standard is modeled after a male torso, like with the abs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
There is modeled after a female torso if you prefer, or there is a sort of not human-shaped one that's more similar to this, and I will post that on the notes tab. So it's like more like a leather slab. that has these two sort of like tank top style leather shoulder pads that drape over the top.
Where is it? Is it in Skype?
Yeah, it's in Twitch. Sorry, it's in Twitch.
Oh. Oh, bloody hell. Not faster. Yes, that one.
Cool. Yeah. So he is able to make that arrangement. So yeah. So it's like a single piece, which is a bodice that goes all the way around, almost like a tube top, essentially. But that connects to these like overalls or like suspenders, essentially, like these big leather shoulders, these big suspenders that double as leather shoulder pads that go over the arms, and it all connects to a uh, Greek battle skirt that is the individual strips of leather, and it comes with leather band braces as well, and he is able to tailor it to color specifications if you have a request.
Grey. Like a nice gradient grey.
Easy enough to do.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else require anything else?
All good.
Then I will say that you guys make your way down to the docks, where you find your ship fully stocked with a group of sailors that introduce themselves as your oarsmen, Galatea among them.
Hello.
And they ask you if you guys are ready to set sail aboard the Siren's Wrath, which you guys now take in for the first time. The hull itself has been painted a combination of black and teal, like a pale teal. The predominant, the bulk of the hull, the main body of it is black, but the trim itself with certain sections that in sort of in these geometric streamlined patterns are made to be teal. A pair of red and gold eyes have been painted, like where they would appear on a trireme, because a bunch of them had eyes. And whereas most of them have sort of a downward slope, like you see on the other ships, these ones have a more angry look to them. And you see it painted, the sail dyed to your specifications, the blue, bright blue, as in, I don't know what the name of it is, but like a strong blue with, in a pale green, the image of a siren, fully horrific visage with fangs, raising her arms in an almost seductive pattern with a ring of, in an almost seductive pose with a ring of oceanic patterns around her, but her face itself is reptilian almost and contorted in a snarl.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool. So as a quick run through, because I know as we've gone a little bit onwards, I do appreciate anyone in Twitch who may have stuck it out with us. So yes, as specified, roles will have to be designated on the ship, i.e. captain, bosun, musician is another important one, specifically on triremes, quartermaster, navigator, not quartermaster. Captain, navigator, musician, cook. Actually, let me pull it up just so I don't make a mistake. Sorry. Ghost of Saltmarsh. Officers and crew. So yeah, sorry. You have captain, bosun, navigator, surgeon, cook, and musician. I'm sort of kind of incorporating the first mate and the musician into sort of one role.
Mm-hmm.
Because it always bothered me that first mate is its own role. I know it's important, but it's not really. It feels almost redundant.
Mhm.
I mean, when they say surgeon, do they just mean healer? Because, like, I can just slap someone with healing.
Yeah, you can assume the role of you can assume, so it's also to do with disease illnesses from spreading throughout the ship, overseeing sanitation. So there's an element of like just checkups and stuff like that. So but yeah, no. Tell you what, let's not worry too much about these searches specifically because you have healing magic. The ones that are important are the musician, the navigator, the captain, and the bosun.
What's the Posen do?
Bosun performs repairs on the ship and makes sure the sort of wood is up to scarf and stuff. Eslin, you are totally okay to assume double duties if you so wish, because the healer isn't really its own role. We're sort of taking liberties there. So if you, I take it
I'll
you'll
take whatever's left, like whatever
okay.
is assigned to me. So
Captain specifically requires the knowledge, the ability to proficiency with water vehicles. So you guys do have the cloak. Whoever wears the cloak should be the captain.
I might suggest that Jason might be a good fit for that.
yeah, I think you have proficiency with vehicles, right?
On land
But-
vehicles.
But the cloak gives you proficiency with water vehicles anyway.
Okay.
Well,
Well-
Calliope's got the cloak, so
Yeah, the Seafarer's cloak. Do you want it?
If that's the case, I could probably
Yep.
double up as navigator as well.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Could
Yeah.
be if Calliope had it and wanted to be the captain, Jason could potentially be bosun, and I could be musician. But if we want to maximise the quality of rowing, then we probably want to have the highest performance. What's your performance number at the moment, Calliope?
Performance +8.
Yeah, I'm plus 7, so either or. That's the best I can kind of think of as a good setup.
Oh, so just a question, Calliope, are you proficient with a flute?
Well, you're a bard, aren't you?
Yeah,
You should be proficient with all the instruments.
All the instruments?
yeah, I think
So your options is an instrument specifically for making sure the oars are kept in time, and this is drawn directly from historical accuracy, are either a flute or a drum. So that is your choice.
I have a flute. I don't have a drum.
Okay. Oh, so you have a flute already. Okay, because I was going to
Yeah.
say, okay, cool. So yeah, the flute is what you will be required to keep the oarsmen in time.
Cool. Right, I'm giving the Seafarer's cloak to Jason, right?
correct.
Believe so, yeah.
Okie dokie, let me just unequip it.
What's your intelligence modifier, Jason?
It's actually 0.
This is going to be so much fun.
Unless, I don't think Scotinus would be a smart captain choice. Though I do have a +1 for intelligence. Which of me or Jason would be better as the bosun? Like, what's the requirement for that? Like, what? I know what it kind of involves. What kind of roles would we?
Yeah, what's the role specifics of it?
Bosun requires skills in carpentry tools. That's why that's what I thought Eslin was going to be doing. I thought that's what you were training for.
Ah.
I don't mind. I'll take whatever is needed of me, and like whatever suits my skill set.
With that, even with just that week of training, Eslin's in a better position than you guys to assume the role of Bosun.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
Yep.
Oh, in that case, then. Yeah, then. I suppose Jason could still be captain, and I could take the dubious task of the surgeon.
No.
Leeches for everyone.
You can also hire skilled workers if you need.
That's fine.
I meant specifically because
the surgeon and the bosun, and if Scotinus goes anywhere near anybody, I'm just gonna stab him.
Suddenly, all of a sudden, you just see. Oh, I don't know. It's fine. You're completely right as well. Yeah. Okay. Could I assist as musician?
Not in this specific role, unfortunately. Whilst assisting in performance checks is obviously something that can happen in D&D, this is
Then
a very
I shall
specific rhythmic monotonous type of
I will
musician
take
playing
the
that.
Neelix
Yeah.
approach, and I shall be the morale officer.
So what have we got left? If I do bosun and surgeon,
Captain is Jason.
captain is Jason.
There would be navigator.
Which I can also do.
Was
If you wanted to take another role.
If Captain can also navigate, then yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm hesitant about that.
What's the requirements for navigator?
Proficiency with navigator's tools and the nature skill. It's recommended, it's not required.
Okay. I've got a +3 on nature.
I've got a +1 on nature.
+3.
I also have cartographer's tools, which might not be specific navigation, but it might give us a bonus since we have got maps of the places we are kind of going towards.
You don't have maps of the sea, of the Silent
No, not
Sea.
of the sea, but
Yeah.
if we eventually get to where we need to get to, I can probably be a bit more help that way. But yeah.
Why don't we see if we can hire? No, I was gonna say the guy the map maker that you had issues with.
Navigation is a very separate skill from cartography, unfortunately.
Can I navigate and also keep the thingies in check?
Do you have proficient? And for now, your role above all else, Calliope, is very demanding.
What about I think we asked this before. Would a shawm, which is a wind instrument, work for the purpose of musician?
Sorry, it's a specific requirement in terms of the beat that the flute can keep.
Then, yeah, I've only got proficiency in shawm, unfortunately. Yeah, Calliope would have. So Calliope is the only one with navigator proficiency, but we can't use her as that, so we just have to accept that whoever
Right,
is
okay.
navigator is
Does
not
she
the
have navigator proficiency because of the cloak, though? That's my question.
Yeah, she has the
Or
navigation.
is it natural?
Oh
The
no,
cloak.
but then Jason.
So then Jason's got it, yeah.
But Jason needs that in order to wait. Does the captain need?
Yeah,
proficiency?
what does the captain need? to
Water
be good?
vehicles, captain is the one who steers, and
Yeah, but if none of us have it, would it be wisdom, like intelligence?
intelligence and charisma, apparently.
So that
Which
would
I-
be Calliope.
Which again, like, what are these rules? Okay, I'm gonna say it's intelligence specifically.
Oh, great. Well, I got +3. No.
I imagine the charisma is the metaphorical understanding the emotion or the feel, like the waves feel aggressive today, so kind of like understanding how it. Maybe that's what they were thinking. Seems odd though.
Well, then that would make sense for Calliope to be the captain then, and then have Jason be the navigator, and then
But
Scotinus be the...
I don't have the correct proficiency for the instrument needed.
Okay, since I do have a flute, can I give that to Scotty? Because
it's not that. I don't have proficiency. The only proficiency I have is a short. So very specific. Because I'm not a bard, I've got proficiency in the specific instrument that I've learned. Whereas a bard has all
you
of them.
can just pick it up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Really quickly, we are forgetting that Amalia is also coming on the ship with us. Is there anything that we know that she has, or that she's good at,
Good
or any
question.
Let's find out.
proficiencies that she has? Like, is it like a Leonin raw work?
Could you imagine if she had like boat proficiency and shit like that?
She's what's going to happen? She's going to see a bird, and she's going to go, "We go to port, full speed ahead," and we just start chasing a bird.
I promise I'm not meaning to run these things so long. I apologize.
No, it's fine. It's good for us to get an idea for where we are.
Yeah.
Roles.
Amalia is proficient in flute and thieves' tools.
She?
Yeah, but
And
she has a
what?
+1
I
to
don't-
charisma.
So
But I don't
proficiency
think
in flute
she
and what?
doesn't
And
have
water
performance,
vehicles.
does she? Or does she?
No, her plus. It'll be a +1, I assume.
She does not have performance, no.
So she has a proficiency in flute and what else?
Thieves' tools.
Oh, okay.
And what does the cloak stingray thing do again?
The cloak, that's just for swimming. The
Oh, sorry,
Seafarer's
what-
cloak gives you proficiency in navigator's tools and water vehicles.
Could we potentially give that one to Malia?
I mean, she has an intelligence
But if
modifier
she
of
need-
0.
Yeah, I was going to say, if she
Okay.
But
needs
still have,
intelligence.
you still have the same issue that we do not have anyone that is either
Intelligent
proficient
enough.
with navigate. Well, no, it's either that is anyone that's proficient in land vehicles or proficient in
And intelligent as well.
navigator tools without the cloak. So
Yeah.
we're going to always be one skill.
Yeah.
Who has the highest intelligence?
+1 for me.
0.
+2.
So, Calliope. Our captain should be Calliope.
What?
Oh boy.
What is?
Bear in mind,
Oh,
without
yeah.
proficiency, water vehicle checks to steer the ship will be made at disadvantage.
Maybe we just need to find a captain. If we find a captain, I think we can fill out the other roles.
Honestly, these rules are so, fucked up. I'm sorry, but...
What the one that
Well,
catches me
okay.
out, is I would say the proficiency, the specific instrument for keeping it, if it's a flute, because it needs to be a specific, two specific notes, you can make specific notes with a flute. With a shawm, rather. So let me see I'm going to see if I can find a track of someone using a flute as an oars, to keep things in track, and see if it sounds like it's something that could be done with a
Sure,
shawm.
could be done.
But even then, it's still stretching the rules from what it would be. So,
How much would a skilled person be if we were to go down that route?
Gold piece a day.
And how many days are we expecting to be gone? If we were just going off of travel to where we expect this place to be, time there and back.
It takes it roughly would take 5 days to travel there if all went well. You would know this.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it's 5 days to travel there, and then we've got to go to Vishiras afterwards,
of course.
and then get back.
Yeah.
So that would probably be 20 to 40 gold, max.
For the whole trip.
For the whole trip.
That's being kind as well, of with no major issues.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
If we all split the way as well. Also, how much gold does Amalia have?
626.
What?
So we could split we could split that all 5 ways easily.
I have 32.
Yeah, I don't think she spent her gold on much.
I have 14.
Okay, well, let's put a pin in it for now. When Amalia comes back, we can ask if she's happy to maybe potentially help pay for a skilled captain, and then we can set sail.
Yeah. So if we get a captain, Jason navigator, me, the bosun and surgeon, Calliope.
I will revise that. I will allow a woodwind instrument or a drum, but not a string instrument. So I'll allow the shore.
Okay, that would free me up to do musician role, and then Calliope is free.
Then Calliope could be captain. No, to be captain.
No, but I'll be at a disadvantage.
Because you haven't got the proficiency.
Because I don't have proficiency.
You could also hire a navigator specifically.
Well, you said the navigator was what, nature and what?
Well, didn't we we just go looking for the Triton that we pissed off earlier?
Yeah, no.
The Triton Warlock.
Don't fancy having my throat slit in the middle of the night, thank you.
A navigator might be a better one to replace than a captain, because, I don't know, a navigator's, I don't know, it probably doesn't make much of a difference, but...
the captain could potentially be a dick.
Yeah, and we kind of still want to maintain control of the ship.
What we're doing, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no, you can... Have you not seen Treasure Planet?
Yeah.
Okay, so which one required intelligence?
Captain.
Fucking hell. I can't do shit.
And
Why don't you want to be the captain? You'd be a good captain.
At a disadvantage.
we have faith in you.
If you have the
Yeah.
cloak, you
Yeah,
wouldn't be at
no.
disadvantage, and if you have a navigator, that frees up the cloak.
Yeah, that would be it.
So we
get...
would pay for a navigator. You would be captain with the cloak, with your highest intelligence. Plus, you'd have the cloak giving you proficiencies and stuff. So
And
you
the
would be the
charisma
most
as well.
and the charisma. So you'd be the most well-rounded captain for us to have.
Okay.
We need to come up with a pirate name for you. And by pirate, I mean perfectly legal sailor.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
In which case, I think that has to be the route
Yeah.
that we take.
Hire a navigator,
Yep.
and then
Okay.
and then is there anything Jason and Amali can fill in?
Protection.
Protection, actually, very good point. Like, while stuff's going on,
Yeah. Like if shit does go down, that's one of the reasons why I was a little bit less happy about being captain. If shit goes down, it really makes sense to have the two fighters open.
that are free and don't have to worry about controlling.
Jason
shit at the
could
same time.
assume the role of cook. Part of that as well could be a case of if Jason is proficient with javelins, or he could purchase a fishing kit. He could try to supplant the food or supplement the food that you are able to conjure or be supplied with in order to make it last longer.
I'm just imagining a Marley just swimming alongside the boat, just like bobbing for fish.
So what do you
And
think to make fishing kit?
Well, I say that's one
I mean,
option.
we're only going to be gone 20 days. I don't imagine half of them are just going to like randomly die, and I don't imagine the ship's going to get massively damaged. So like,
You said that last time. You said that last time too.
Is that a challenge?
no.
Yeah, so in which case I think the agreement's probably definitely worth getting a navigator.
Yeah. And fishing tackle stuff is only 1 gold piece, so I could buy a bunch of those anyway. And like do the cooking stuff if I need to.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Okay, cool.
We have a
All
plan.
right.
We
So if
acquire
you're
a
looking for a
navigator.
navigator, make an investigation check.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Calliope do it.
What are we doing? Investigation.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, you can do it.
I did it. I got a natural 20.
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
Did you ask before or after you rolled?
Well, no, you said roll for investigation, so I rolled.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. So you visit a couple of the local taverns, ask around, and yeah, this is Melitis, the largest port in all of Theros. There's always experienced sailors looking for work, and everyone points to, like, tells you about this one guy.
Aragorn.
Who?
Did you just?
Shade was thrown.
What?
I think it's more that she didn't hear.
Oh,
I said who?
I said Aragorn.
Oh.
It was a Lord of the Rings joke.
No, I actually didn't hear.
Okay, as long as you didn't hear, I was literally about to like.
I'm sorry.
Can't forget Aragorn. He was the most memorable of the hobbits.
And I took that personally.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm taking.
So-
I'm taking.
You are led on to one person who's back in town who is looking for work and is purported to be quite skillful. His name is Gran Kion.
Gran Kion.
Yeah.
I would go and find Gran Kion and invite him onto the...
They point you to the Fancy Peacock, actually, an inn that you are familiar with at this point. You've seen its basement. And asking around, they point to one person having a sip in a corner.
And you see a individual familiar to some you've seen before, but still isn't once before. About a week ago. Triton, unmistakably, but rather than skin, he has a hard chitinous shell and more of a sort of mandible situation. It's not him, but it's one of his kind.
Please give him the same voice, please.
It's gonna be a little bit slower, but yes.
This is going to be our navigator. We need the clarity.
He speaks fine in Primordial. I can translate.
Perfect. Cool. Let's do it then.
So you're looking for a navigator?
Yes, we are.
As long as the money's good, I'm in.
How much you need up front?
I'm an honest worker.
That's good to know. We appreciate honest work.
Which he would have continued on to say, we'll say 10 up front, and work out the rest if we exceed that.
I'll do it. I'll cover the 10 gold.
All right. So, where are we going?
Iska.
Easy enough.
And then
Shall we
to Visheros.
Oh, fancy.
Very fancy.
Is this a fairly large ship, or would I have to really squeeze on in?
I'll speak in Primordial. You'll be absolutely fine.
We broken Clabby.
Very well. He accompanies you. Marks up the 10 gold. You guys set yourself up. You gather all your things, and set sail. And that's where we'll end tonight's session. And everybody levels up to level 6.
Yay!
Pretty sure we're alone, but I'll say it anyway. Thank you to anybody who may have watched at any point. We love you as always. I promise I'll try to make it a bit shorter next time. It was just lots to pack into one session. But definitely going to be able to streamline them more going forward, since we're in a... What I like is that there's
nowhere to go.
No, that's what I mean. The paths you guys are going to be, the path you guys are on is a slightly narrow one, which means I know exactly what I have to prepare.
Yeah.
So we'll get halfway through and then go, bugger, don't we want to do this? We should sail back.
We go halfway through and we're like, oh wait, there's a fucking thing.
What's literally going to happen? Like, we don't
Oh
even need a
no,
navigator.
where did this Leviathan come from?
Yeah. We didn't even need a navigator, because we were going to just go around in circles in the sea, and we're going to see something cool. We'll be like, let's do that, and let's do that. We're just at sea forever.
Yeah, but then all the men that are rowing the boat eventually be like, we only got paid for like a month.
I'm going to go ahead and just quickly say, like, officially end the stream. Have a good night, everybody.